Going on, everybody? Welcome to ANR Weekly. A little bit of a different setup today because I had some computer issues, internet issues, but the show must go on. And we got a good show. We got a lot of things to talk about. We got our weekly toy talk. We've got our mid-season report on some of the come out. It's halfway through the year and deciding on what figures are going to be this year's figure of the year. I've got some figures to talk about. So does D. And then we have our Flash movie review, a full rundown with all the spoilers and everything near the end of the show. So stay tuned for that. If you've already seen it, hang out with us and give us your take on some of the stuff that you watched and what you thought of the movie. And we'll also give our full reaction on what we think. Was this a good idea by James Gunn to keep this movie around? All right. Before I begin the show, I got to bring in my buddy. He's got a bowl of noodles, and he's trying to find out how time works in this bowl of noodles. Or spaghetti. Sorry, not noodles. What do you prefer, spaghetti or noodles?
Spaghetti lately.
Okay.
I was like,
look what behind you. What's going on over there? Do tell.
I don't know. I'm cleaning my closet out. and I'm opening a bunch of stuff. So that's pretty good.
Man, I went out to turn on everything downstairs, and my internet completely is shot. I don't know.
Yeah, what happened?
My router is not working. The internet's not working downstairs. I don't know what's going on here. So I've hijacked my family kitchen area right now to do the show.
You don't have to be on camera. We can hear you just fine. So if you want to is
the camera am I shuttering in the camera?
You're frozen. You've been frozen.
I'm frozen.
Yeah.
Am I frozen right now?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's all good. It's still at least on your face.
Is it a good side of my face?
I was trying to find one of your pictures, maybe the thumbs up one, and I could just superimpose it in.
Okay, how about now? No, still frozen.
Darth's like, you've been in a still.
Well, the people who are listening don't know, okay, people. So if you're on Spotify, iTunes, or all the other platforms that we're on, you don't have any idea what's going on. So just pretend nothing's happening. We're just fine. Everything's gravy. All right, we're gonna begin with our world famous. You know what time it is, D.
Oh God, yeah, here we go.
Why do you say "oh God"?
I like to go in without expectations, so then when you kill it, I find it more hilarious. I'm doing you a favor, man.
I don't know which one to pick. I have a really, really crazy one and I have a really, really funny one. I don't know. We're all about here getting canceled.
Yeah, you're slowly, just getting more and more, not belligerent. You're just testing your boundaries. So
I'm testing my boundaries. So I'm going to test one today. Okay. And so if you don't like it, I'm sorry. You can go find some other place to watch pop culture stuff. I'm just going to say it's a joke. It's a joke. Don't take it personally ever. So I'll start with one this week, and I'll do another one next week. That's a little over the line, but I'll do one today. So this one is about an Indian. When I say Indian, I mean from India, not from North America.
Yeah, I was gonna make clarify, please. But now you're good. You're golden.
Okay, all right. Here we go. Why don't Indians play soccer, D?
Why?
Because every time they get to the corner, they open a store.
I made that just for you. I had a feeling I would need that this week, so I imposed a little sound clip, and I think that needed.
I couldn't stop laughing when I found this joke. Oh, come on! That wasn't sad. That was Dad. Come on.
Darth says Dad.
Darth says Dad. Yeah, if you're listening to us and you want to follow along, let us know this week's dad joke on our social media at ANR Universe. Is it hashtag dad or hashtag sad? This week's joke. And you can let us know. Head labs like that was awful. Oh my God. Once again, I apologize, you guys, for my camera. It's last minute. I had to turn on my laptop and the Wi-Fi spotty. So I apologize for that. But if you guys can hear me well, that's all that matters, right? D, can you hear me well? D's
no,
like,
I can hear you. No, I can hear you. I can hear you.
He's like, I'm on my own today. Well,
no, you're good.
You didn't even laugh at the joke. Come on, that was a good joke. Okay, fine.
I did, sort of. Yeah, I don't know what I did. What did I do? Did I laugh?
Yeah, you did.
Here, I make this up for you.
Alvin with the Starbucks Wi-Fi. Get out of here, Darth. Oh man. All right. Okay. Let's get into what we watched and what we got. Go for it, man.
I finished Dungeons and Dragons finally. Listened to some podcasts. I didn't really watch anything. I've been too busy just working. I played a lot of video games though. A little bit of Zelda, Doom Eternal. I finally started Horizon, like the second one. I don't know, that came out like 2 years ago. So I'm catching up on that. And then as for what I got, Spider-Punk shipped. So that's a nice little treat. I'm
Which
gonna get
Spider-Punk?
the same one you two got.
Oh, okay.
The Legends, the Across the Spider-Verse one. Like I said, as soon as I saw the movie, I'm like, oh, I regret not getting it. So I went and got one from Amazon quickly before they all got scooped up. And he's arriving. But yeah, I've been just catching up on games mostly. We have this big library of games, and we don't even play them. Speaking of such, Justin plays a lot of Zelda lately, so go check that out on the AGR channel. I think he played for like 2 hours last time, a couple hours.
Those guys are crazy. They just show up anywhere. They're crazy. They're just randomly will show up at a show. They're not even invited. They're just, I don't know. They're crazy. They're on AGR. They're on AGR like 10 hours every day. Then they're on the Popcorn Chicken show, which by the way you can check out at 7 p.m. Pacific time. We moved it up to allow people on the Eastern Seaboard to at least watch the show before it hits midnight. So at 7 p.m. Wednesday nights. Pacific time, you can catch Popcorn Chicken, where we talk about movies from current, future, and go back in the past. Right now, we're doing 80s movies, and it's pretty cool, man. We got some cool 80s stuff that we talk about. It's been really successful. A lot of people have been viewing our couple of our short formats there as well regarding some of the 80s stuff. But yeah, join us at 7 p.m. on Wednesday nights for some of that awesomeness.
I think.
Somebody dropped the Legos. Somebody dropped Legos.
Yeah, that's me. I think because you're allowed to just say what's on your mind. You don't have to keep it PG. That it's also more fun for you guys.
We have to keep it PG because YouTube has changed the way they do things now.
Yeah.
But every once in a while, Justin just has a diarrhea of the mouth.
Yeah.
And we accept it. We have to accept it.
It comes with the territory.
Yeah, he means well. And yeah, I mean. We also have the Mighty Mornings on Saturdays. We are taking a break, though. July 1st weekend. Speaking of breaks, I'll talk about our show as well. July 1st, long weekend. We are not going to be on ANR, so we're going to have a week off. Much needed week for D. D's been holding it here. I go on vacations here, and D's like, well, I guess I got to do the show by myself, right? So he needs a little bit of break from me, and not mainly from me. To get some rest, and then maybe we'll catch up on the second week of July. So yeah, the first weekend of July, the Monday, we won't be here. And then same with Mighty Mornings. But Popcorn Chicken is still going to be running strong because we got numerous people there running it. So we'll be fine for that. And it's the middle of the week too anyway. It's not a long weekend. All right. What did I watch? Are you finished? I didn't even realize. And now I can't hear D anymore. Fantastic.
No, that was my fault. I was muting because I didn't
okay.
Yeah. Okay. So sorry to scare you.
I'm like, what else could go wrong?
Everything's just falling apart. No, I was like, go ahead. Go ahead. What did you watch? What did you get?
Animals' heads are falling off. So what I watched Silo. It's wow. They saved the best for last, I think, with the show. The show is just killing it right now. It's really good. One more episode to go. Kind of sad about that. But really good show, Silo on Apple TV. My boys from Top Gear, who are on Amazon Prime now, called Grand Touring, they're back with a special. And for those who don't know, it's like a car enthusiast TV show. But lately, it's been about car adventures around certain countries and stuff. They've been doing like journeys, and they do fun stuff along the way. I've been watching them for like 20 years. The evolution of these guys have been amazing. They're just so funny. 3 Britain guys are just funny. And I've been watching that. So I watched that episode. It's really nice. And pretty much just chilling, enjoying the sun. Summer's here. And, I don't want to stay too much inside. I want to go out there and do things. But you're right about video games, though. They're bringing in a lot in a row. It's just too many.
We have, I don't know about you, but I used to do this, rush out and get it. Opening day, like first day of the week, I go get it, and then I don't play it. So I'm like, do I need to do that anymore? Like, there's no reason for me to rush out. Like, I rushed out and got Zelda, mainly because just like, oh, that looks interesting. I want to play it. And then she played it for like 2 minutes. She's like, can you play it now? I just want to watch you play. like, okay. But yeah, you don't really get time to do it. Do your kids play or?
My kids play, but I mean, they are usually playing with tablets and phones, so they don't really play actual games on console, which is
it's funny. You have these powerful consoles, and then like, I'm gonna go on my iPhone and play this like, like Worms or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, my youngest one does play on the PlayStation 5, but most of the time they play on phones and tablets. It's weird. It's just a different generation. I have all the consoles here. They're like, nah, we'll just play on our tablet.
Yeah.
Like, what? Big game that's out right now is a lot of people playing it. Final Fantasy. Are you a big fan?
I'm a fan for like a week and then I get tired. like, this is
too much work.
Because it's like, I don't want to have to follow a guide, but if I want the ultimate weapon and like everything, you need to follow a guide. So it's like, I feel like every 5 minutes I'm stopping to go like on IGN and be like, okay, so around this corner, there's a hidden rock that you have to touch to get this special thing. I'm like, I don't have the time for this. That was a good one, Darth.
Yeah, that's an oldie but a goodie, right? That's a classic right there.
I think it was 10 out of 10 across the board.
Numerous
sites gave it.
Ocarina of Time on the 64, Zelda. That's a classic one. We have our friend Ron showing up, saying hi. What's up, Ron?
Hey, Ronnie.
Yeah, so that's pretty much what I did. I watched a few shows, and then what I got was, I don't have it here with me, but Mondo made the Faker, the He-Man wannabe, the Faker.
Oh, yeah.
So I got him. I took it downstairs, and I forgot to bring it upstairs when I came back up here. But yeah, I got that.
Yourself.
Yeah, took everything down. And then I got some doubles. I got like the Thor and Destroyer, and then I got Marvel and Doom as an extra double because I'm going to army build the Dooms. A couple of
them. Do you like that Thor, or are you just putting it like in your bin? Like, are you going to display it?
Do you want the Thor?
No, I don't need that one. But
do you want the Marvel? Miss Marvel?
Didn't
the retro looking one? Monica Rambeau.
Didn't Brad want her?
I have no idea.
Brad wants her, so
okay, I'll give it to him.
I have no idea why.
I have no need for another one.
I have no idea why. She looks so corny.
Darth goes, it's the only console I ever had, and I'm great with Nintendo 64. Oh, hey, I mean, it's one of the best for some cool games.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, we get into our first topic. Oh no, look who's decided to join us here. This guy's been like hovering around like a vulture. They just want to crash party. So our buddy Justin from Popcorn Chicken is here.
Okay, first off, how do you own every console and yet you're using like a Nokia 600 for your goddamn camera?
Nokia? It's my laptop.
Oh, okay.
What? It is my laptop. What do you think I'm using?
A potato.
Yeah, it might have given me better streams.
It's not his fault.
I know. It's Telus or Shaw.
Tell us why you've joined us and not staying with your own show there.
Because I've got a bunch of questions about Secret Invasion, and I think Chris might show up at some point as well.
Oh yeah, I watched Secret Invasion too. I totally forgot about that show.
You forgot about it, so is that an indication on how it is?
That's a 100% indication of what I think of that show. I'm telling you right now. I forgot about it and let it be.
Yeah, and then we're gonna talk about Flash. Also, I have not necessarily a dad joke, but kind of a dad joke for you.
Okay, go ahead. I mean, you crashed the party. You might as well.
I see D's hand reaching right for.
Let me just get prepared here.
Did you hear about the guy who dipped his balls in glitter?
You sure he's allowed to do this?
Pretty nuts, eh?
He's already has.
Yeah, he's like,
nuts, right?
He's already did it.
Pretty. Okay, let's ban this guy from the show. Chris, where are you? Where's the sensible one from the show? Does he even know the show's on right now? He's probably
Yeah.
sleeping.
I told him. I don't know if he
He's taking a
knows what time.
siesta. Cowabunga dude, hashtag that.
Hey, Cowabunga, dude, what up?
Listen, don't encourage him, Cowabunga dude. Don't do this. All right. Well, we're going to talk about our weekly toy talks. You can hang around, or you can go have a drink, come back. It's up to you. You've already crossed the show.
I mean, I'm already sitting here. I
Yeah,
already
there
have a
you go.
drink, so I don't want to get up.
Sit back and relax
around.
like the rest of everybody. All right, D, fire away, man.
Did he get any comments? Did he get a dad?
He got one dad
I
You
got
got
one dad.
All right.
from one
good
of our
job.
loyals, Cowabunga dude.
Good job.
My partner in Zelda.
Oh yeah, you guys. Yes. Talk about that a little bit, actually.
I hear one
I-
more person.
Oh, I heard
The wise one's here.
Chris, you
So
missed
why?
my amazing dad joke, and Elvin's okay one. Yeah, yesterday I played Zelda for a long time, and
Hello,
I built a mech, and it actually walks, and it's bipedal, and there's like motors and stabilizers, and like it was super complex, and it's V1 and it works. I swear to God.
How come I can't see Elvin?
Because he's
Don't ask. Don't ask. He's having, he's
I
having a
wasn't
time.
gonna. I
He's
wasn't
having
gonna
a
jump
time.
on because my background is so bad, but now it's like you can't.
Now
be
you're
that
like,
bad.
oh.
I've got
Yeah,
flowers. There.
Bellagio.
I've got flowers there. What do you got? Okay.
Well, I'm in my room because I don't have
No.
a studio at home. So, but anyways,
Well, speaking of studios, my internet downstairs went kablooey, so I had to come up here and use my Wi-Fi on my laptop, which is fantastic. So
nice.
the show must go on, right? So we have to do it. And look at D showing off with cool backgrounds.
Sweet. This is so awesome.
Cyberpunk. Go.
He's like, I just found out something new.
Yeah, I was like, oh.
You just want to show your toys in the background. That's what it is. He's got a bajillion boxes in the background.
It's not my
Yeah,
fault.
who does that, right, Elvin?
Yeah, I know exactly. It's crazy. You
That's probably
organize,
what's
man.
that's what's probably blocking his signal. Just a mountain of just boxes.
He's got his own Faraday cage from all the rapping.
Oh man. So Chris, how are you, man?
I'm good. I'm good. You have another show, Elvin? What's going on here?
What's that?
I
He
said
has
I didn't know you had another
He has
show.
like, he has like 7 shows. He has like 7 shows.
Yeah, I lost count.
Streams like 24/7.
Do you have a
No,
dad
that's
joke for us,
Justin.
Chris?
That's Justin.
Do I have a dad joke? Oh my god.
He's-
Well, my life. There. How's that? No.
That's probably the funniest
I'll
one.
look up. Give me a minute. I'll look up one. I used to have some, but I don't. What was yours, Justin? What did I miss?
Did you hear about the guy who dipped his balls in glitter?
No.
Pretty nuts, right?
Oh, what?
There you
what
go.
Oh,
You
nice.
get that one, Justin.
Yeah.
why does he get that? Why does he get that? What the hell? This joke is garbage.
I got Superman and Batman.
Speaking of nuts, the dynamic duo.
Yep.
All right, so we're gonna get into our weekly toy talks. If you guys want to hang around, and then we'll get into the some of the other stuff that we will have
Sounds
planned.
good.
Go for
That's
it.
good.
Okay, I don't know about you. Are you getting this, Elvin? It's the Mezco.
I already bought it.
Green Ranger. You did? Okay. Stupid question.
Next.
Are you good?
Elvin's
You
like
get-
Rule 34. If it exists, he's bought it.
It's funny
But
thing
these
is,
things-
I absolutely hated this guy when he came out. I hated the Green Ranger so much.
Yeah, I couldn't remember if you liked him or hated him. Did you like his White Ranger, or were you just like, this is?
I like the
overkill?
White Ranger the most. It's probably one of
Okay.
my favorites. Yeah. But I had to get him because if I'm going to get the rest of the crew, then he's going to look weird without being in there. So
Yeah. You need him.
Yeah.
He does look
Yeah.
nice. Anyone?
he does really
listening,
look. Yeah,
it's
he
the,
looks really nice.
The Mezco Green Ranger.
I wonder if I think it's removable, the top, right? The armor.
Like the shield. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, sweet.
People were saying it looks like the Boom Studio head, like from the comics. I just think it's just they're bad at recreating his head sculpt. There's no
Everybody
indi-
has an issue with this. I don't understand.
It doesn't bother me. It just looks like a guy, and I don't know unless you pose him with that iconic like helmet under the arm.
Yeah.
I think most people will have him with his helmet on anyway.
Look at the
He looks
accessories.
fun.
It looks crazy.
But yeah, it looks sick. Looks awesome. There's a lot of fabric ones coming out in different scales. Are you getting just strictly Mezco?
Yeah, I'm just stick to Mezco only. I already have them for Hasbro, so I'll just stick with the Mezco one.
Yeah. Then we got this. I know you're
Yeah,
getting this.
I already pre-ordered
Mayfex
that.
Dark
Yeah.
Crusader Batman. Which look?
I
will you
don't
do?
like the pointy ears.
I was gonna ask. I was like the huge vampire, like pointy ears.
This is the original Batman type of look.
What about the
old
cowl
one.
with the pointy shoulders?
Yeah, I don't mind that. That looks kind of badass.
I like it when it's cloaked over his body, but seeing it like this, it looks kind of weird to me. Just like two spikes coming out of his shoulders. I like when it's just draped over his entire body like a cloak. But this looks awesome. People are saying that looks like a pacifier. It's an air.
Holy crap, it does. Wait, what is that?
It's for a breathing apparatus.
Oh, it's his
He goes
rebreather.
underwater.
Just like
Why is it like Mattel yellow?
I don't know.
Because it comes out of his belt.
Okay.
Oh, I'm glad you said belt.
Yeah, just like a real pacifier, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you get in the belt.
If they darkened it
Plug
just a little
something.
bit, but I think that's accurate to the comic anyway, so
Yeah.
it is what it is.
Quick, Robin.
Well, then how did it not look like a soother in the comics? I don't. Well, maybe it's just the straight on angle.
It did, and then the hard shadows made it
Yeah.
better. Yeah, Darth got it. I think everyone got it.
Like on the top, it's just like this is grumpy Batman. This is angry Batman. Now he's ready for a nap.
Yeah. And he has
Yeah,
his like stylish pose.
Yo, that's a sassy pose, Batman.
I know it is. His hips like jutted out.
Okay.
Yeah.
We meet again.
My milkshakes brings back.
I'm curious if the back comes out though. See that like line in the middle? You know how Nightwing, you took the back off, you can have switches back with his baton holders? Because that looks gappy.
Yeah.
So maybe it's to swap the cape out?
Maybe.
Because you have two cape options. So I don't know.
Yeah, probably that. Yeah.
Well, yeah, the cowl just completely comes off.
Batman with attitude.
He looks sassy right there.
Some attitude. There's your next dad joke.
We want to keep the show stable.
Right.
What else?
You got Bane.
Oh, Bane. He's
Oh,
gonna be
yeah.
puny Bane. Puny.
I'm wondering, is he gonna have the Thor?
He's gonna be Mayfex short. That's what's
You
gonna
think
happen.
so?
Yeah.
Looking
Well, he
at
was
his
short.
looking at his legs, he looks kind of stocky. I don't know if it's the angle.
There's no way this guy's huge. No way.
Well, let's see here.
I would be shocked.
He looks decent. Yeah, I'm trying to look at him with Batman here. Just trying to make.
Yeah, if
Kinda
you
like
look at
angle.
like their shins, like they pretty much are the same length. So he's
You could fake it with poses
Yeah.
if you need to. There's
Like, I
that
want
gap
him to be
again. Look
bigger,
at
but-
that Batman. Look at that Batman upper body. There's just
The
a
bat
big
gap.
gap there. Yeah, the bat gap. So I'm like, that his body must come apart. Either that or the prototype's awful.
I mean, that's possible too.
Well, it says at the bottom there the images are not actual product or something.
Yeah.
Oh, and not included with this product.
I feel bad for sassy Batman.
That's why he's standing like this. Bane broke his back.
He's
a
like,
little bit.
Jesus, my sciatica.
Yeah, he's just trying to hold his back in place there. But these look decent. I never have a problem with like the DC Mayfex stuff, really.
Hopefully he's not too short. That's the problem with Mayfex, man. Venom, we had Sagat from Street Fighter, and now this guy. Like, all the bigger
Bob
characters.
Saget? Mayfex made a Bob Saget character?
No, Sagat. Street Fighter.
I know.
Bob Saget.
I was getting ready to put the
Yeah, I know. You
Mayfex
should do it. You should do it right now.
It's just it. Mayfex did a line for Full
That's one of
House.
the worst
House.
ones.
But yeah,
Alright, what
Bane
else
looks
we got?
good. Classic Bane.
You getting all
I
this?
like how on this
No, I
shot,
need
the one on the left, his like armband looks like he's got his like shirt strap like around, and he's also
Oh yeah, it
looking
does. It's like,
sassy.
it looks like it's like you know how sometimes the ladies have like, their
Batman. Hey.
Showing a little skin here.
What else we got? Oh yeah, your boy Superman. Look at that face, Elvin. See you,
All
Darth.
homies, I'm taking the
Oh!
He's going to the gym. What's
He
wrong
looks-
with the face on the right?
What's
Don't
wrong
even
with the face on the left?
Let's not talk about the one on the left.
The one on the right looks fine. He's supposed to be like
Too
a
bad my
douchey,
screen
like,
can't go blank because I'm blinded right now.
It looks like
It looks bad.
Yeah.
it looks like Roseanne Barr.
Or Jerry Seinfeld.
There's a lot of people it looks like, and it's not Superman.
What's with this cape
Yeah.
too? It's like it's cut off.
It's
Oh, yeah,
Supergirl's cape. Like that's
yeah,
the
it's-
shape.
The point at the
Oh.
Super, all right.
Yeah.
I didn't bother to get any promo images because I don't care about this one. It's just ugly. What's even crazier is it's a re-release, so the body's the exact same. They had a head sculpt that was neutral. All they had to do is take the 3D render and have one of their like 3D digital artists make him smile. But instead, they created a whole new head and gave him these cheeks and these just luscious lips, and he doesn't even look like Superman anymore. I don't know what they were doing. It's kind of weird.
It's amazing how nobody sits there and actually analyzes these things and realizes that it looks really bad. They're just like oblivious. They're like, oh, it's done. Okay, pack it up. Let's go. Like nobody cares. No, nobody in the team. Like, how could they sit there and say this is a great figure? Let's put this
I
out.
feel like this cost them more money because they had to remake an entire head sculpt, one that they already had that existed. So I don't know. Very weird.
Why is his underwear different blue?
That's Rebirth Superman. Like he had a costume change, and then everyone hated it, so they made him go back to his normal costume. Also, this is wrong. This is wrong because his boots weren't red either. So this is just a made-up Superman.
Some random Superman.
This is amalgamation, just ugliness.
This is one of the Flash movie. No, that's a Nicolas Cage one right there. There you go.
There you go. There. Problem solved.
I mean, like, there's so many cool elements. Like the actual body sculpt looks cool. Like the fabric and detailing and like texture and stuff.
That's
looks
all
cool.
old. They already did that.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like,
Yeah, so
but,
just like they've ruined something they perfected the first time.
it's just all gross.
Yeah.
Okay, Elvin, I'm on the McFarlane train with you now. Botox. Yeah, it's like a bot. Like he went to like Argentina and spent $15 on the first guy who just was like had a needle, and he's like, yeah, that. Oh, I'll do that.
Come into my parlor, I give you Botox.
Yeah.
Let me see something.
He's like-
I found the other one.
So are you buying that, D?
Oh, obviously. I don't even know what you're asking.
I mean, just for the memes, I think you kind of have to.
See, like
That
this,
one looks like Jerry.
There we
Seinfeld.
go. There we go.
all they have to do is just make him smile a tad bit more, because that's what people are saying. You don't give a Superman that smiles. I feel like that was like a monkey paw thing. It's like, oh, you want a smiling Superman? Okay. Here you go. You got it. There you got your way.
There. No more questions. He smiles, okay? I don't know why McFarlane's Russian now.
All right.
Then you got this one.
Oh, well, that's not too bad.
I like the Doomsday a lot.
Is these the same size as the other Doomsday that they came?
They did the Devastator Batman. Yeah, it's basically the same arms from that one, and then they did the body and made it a 2-pack. I don't really have issues with this Doomsday. People are saying it's not the first appearance one, but I can't really tell. It just
First
looks like
appearance one didn't have a top knot.
yeah, that's what they're saying. But I don't know. Here he's getting punched in the head.
But he doesn't have it tied up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Fair,
see,
fair enough,
that
fair enough.
didn't happen till issue 12.
Here's that other one Elvin was talking about. The same
Yeah, it's
hands.
when he's retired. Has a cul-de-sac now for hair.
Doesn't care about his shorts anymore, obviously.
You got the little pointy bat ears because this is an alternate Batman version,
Oh, cool.
and then they just reused I think it's just the arms. Everything else looks new, so kudos to them. You getting this up? Nope, he got scared and left. I don't know. That's a good.
So now he's got Wolverine claws too?
Yeah.
Sick.
Then what else we got here? Oh, he left right at the. I was gonna ask him if he's getting this. This is Action Comics 1 Superman. Now, my favorite aspect of this is they didn't use a DC stand; they used the Warhammer stand, which is a little bit.
That's an intern's fault. That's just.
But isn't that also supposed to be the bat signal behind him?
Yeah, so I'm guessing they're teasing they're doing a first appearance Batman as well, but there's a
Sure.
lot going on here. You got Warhammer, you got Superman.
Yeah, there's enough unintentional mistakes that I don't know that that's intentional.
I
He's
can't
just
say
like,
that,
comic book background. Sure, there.
Yeah.
The 15-year-old that they got to take that photo
He had one
with the
job
same
in
camera that
it.
Elvin's using right now.
In the promo shot on the right, he looks decent, but like head on, he looks kind of like a mongoloid a little bit.
Yeah, he's very he's a linebacker for sure.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm curious if Elvin's getting this. Probably not. I don't even know why I said that. He's not getting any McFarlane stuff.
It's weird how like matte the paint looks in the left.
Yeah. I guess it's intentional to mimic like
fabric. Like the fabric, but like you get a little bit of gloss on the one on the right.
That's just Photoshop. You know, that's Photoshop.
Like lighting.
They just like someone went and touched that up, colored it in a little bit. Yeah, did you see this today, Elvin?
Oh man, that looks so good.
Does it? The Warhammer stand and all?
It's the picture on the right that makes it look good. Or the one on the right, on the left, looks really bad.
Yeah, the one that they actually paid a photographer to do. Yeah, of course it looks good.
If they did like a import figure of this version of Superman, would you get it? Or do you only care about? Yeah, you would. Okay,
I would.
What's the history with the like Superman arrowhead?
That was just his first look. That was like a literal shield.
Oh, okay.
And then as time, this is the golden age one. And then as time went on, you got the one you know and love.
Mm-hmm.
Was it the 50s? I think this one. I think it was 50s.
I think so.
Oh my God, Dio, you are gonna survive.
There are some pictures. So it looks like he does. Before he could fly, he scaled buildings in a single bound and all that. Did it come out? What else we got going on here? Okay, so for me, this is like
oh yes, this is a D-bot for sure.
So here's my problem. These are first of all,
let me get a drink here. Let me.
I'm not just gonna hate
snack on here.
Like I like the design.
Yeah.
But
see the pincers on the wing?
Yes.
They in order for them to be how they're supposed to look, the wings have to be fully extended outwards at all times.
Oh.
I don't know why he put the pincers on the wing when you could have just put them on the scarab itself, like this other one here.
Yeah.
So to me, that's weird.
Blue Iron Man. It's Tungsten Man. Tungsten's blue, right? No.
I don't know. I'm gonna assume you know what you're talking about and not question you. But here, like, how hard is it to just put the pincers on the actual
they do it with other Iron Mans.
And the wings, you can.
Did you call it an Iron Man?
No, I'm saying other Iron Mans had like different attachment points right on the backpack instead of.
Yeah, but this is
like, it's weird. It's weird. There is no reason to do this the way they did.
Oh, right, it's McFarlane. Never mind.
This is a movie coming out, right, in August?
Yeah.
August, yeah.
Even if this movie bombs, you could still fit it in a comic line anyway, so it's good for anyone who wants it. But my other problem is McFarlane always does this. He does two versions of the same character. So you got one that comes with his wings and alternate hands, or you get the one with the blaster and the sword, but no wings.
I don't understand why. Why do this? What if I want both? Now I have to buy two. Like, I mean, that's a great decision in the business standpoint, but you're screwing your customers over here.
Yeah,
he was so adamant about the pricing point, saying that, you know, he wants to make sure the price is good and you get more plastic for your price. And then he goes and his company does this. You're essentially making somebody buy twice a figure,
especially when it's. I'm assuming like pretty iconic pieces. Like I'm assuming the wings of the Blue Beetle are
yeah, exactly
pretty standard for him to do stuff.
And then that sword was like the badass part of the trailer, so people will want that.
Yeah.
And the blaster, because that's what he does. He shapeshifts and makes weapons. So you either get wings or weapons. Take your pick. It's easy to boast how cheap your price point are when you have to buy two of the exact same figure. So $30 instantly becomes $60 to get both. All
but then you could resell one of them and
just a blank because no accessories. But
yeah,
I couldn't even give this to D. He wouldn't even want it. He's like, take it away from me. Get this out of here.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine with this one. And again, he doesn't scale with anything. So I will probably get one. I'm leaning towards the one that's without the wings because
you've already got a winged one.
Yeah. Like I really like this detail a lot. Like I think he did a fantastic job with the details and everything. Even the wings to the translucent, they look like energy wings, and those just the pincers, man. Why did you put them on the wings? That's just stupid engineering design. So this is essentially what
you get both then.
Yeah, yes, exactly. I'm getting both.
Elvin, you get one. D, you get the other, and then you guys can switch.
You can't pay Elvin to get a McFarlane figure anymore. So.
Yeah, that's right. D, you get the wings on Sunday.
Yeah, sounds like you guys are like this every week. Oh, I hate it, but I'm still getting it.
Yeah. What else we got? Oh, then the villain. I don't need this. I want it. Looks cool. Looks like a mech.
It's Iron Man.
Did any of you play Anthem?
No.
Briefly.
Who wants to play that game?
For 45 minutes.
Yeah. And then promptly got your refund.
Yeah. This flag's pretty sweet. I'm bored now. Can I have my money back, please? Anyone who likes mechs can fit this in their displays.
I heard you say anyone who likes Mexicans.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, he is Latin American. Alvin's face is stuck on perpetual, just like, oh god,
just disappointed.
Yeah, Darth thinks the movie's gonna bomb. I don't know. It could be. My thing is, it should have been like an HBO special that's direct to streaming platforms, but they went full on cinema. So I'm like, okay, I hope you don't lose money on this, but we'll see.
I just don't think a lot of people know. Like, I'd never heard of
right
before. So,
and he's the third version of him. There's two predecessors. So,
who does he like? Like, where do his comics converge? Like, who does he fight?
Random bad guys. He's like he's a teenager, so he looks up to the other superheroes. But his deal is the scarab on his back is an alien parasite.
Okay,
and it bonds to the host, and it's supposed to infiltrate and take over. But his is busted, so it doesn't work the way it's supposed to, and he has control over it.
So it's just DC being like, we can do a Venom.
Yeah, there you go. That's exactly what it is.
Okay.
Poor man's Venom.
Yeah.
But it's one of I can't remember the actor's name, but it's a guy from Cobra Kai.
Yeah. Miguel, the character.
Miguel. Yeah.
He looks exactly like him in the comics. Like, I'm glad he got the role. I'm glad he gets to be a superhero. I don't know how well the film's gonna do. I like the way the suit looks. Like, I like everything about what I saw costume wise. It's just, I don't know. You know how the final they dropped the ball in the final steps.
Yeah. But yeah, it just looks it looks like, you know, when you go to the dollar store and you get like the ripoff, like, oh, this isn't Gundam, this is Japanese Robot Man.
Yeah.
Like, it looks cool, but you're just like, what is that? Like, it kind of looks like Iron Man. Kind of
like what you said. It's Venom and Iron Man combined, basically.
Yeah.
Also, though, for the movie, like, it's dropping like late in August or something. Like, that's like people are done their summer viewing by then. Like, nobody goes to the movies then. But
I'm excited to see it because I'm at the very least, I'm like, I'll like the fights, probably.
Yeah, morbid curiosity for sure.
Yeah.
What he wants to really say is he's super geeky about this thing because it's one of his favorite characters. That's what he wants to say.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, no,
you
but
can
that's
say that. Why don't you just say it?
But because I'm not naive. The same way I didn't think Venom 2 would be great at all, and I was right. It sucked. But Venom is my favorite dude from Marvel.
Sure.
Like, he's
you watch it like
tattooed on
3
my body.
times.
You're a fan of the IP, not the pieces that come out.
Yeah, because they usually change source material and lore. Yeah. No, I can.
But the great thing is sometimes these movies are hits, right? They're not supposed to be big, and then they end up being really good. So
could be another Guardians.
Absolutely. I mean, one of
Let's
my
not
new
get
favorite
crazy here. Let's not get crazy here.
one of my new favorite pastimes is talking smack about Star Wars, and Star Wars is my favorite thing of all time. I haven't talked good about it for a while.
Yeah.
Ouch.
It's fun when people know I like a character and then I say like this media was awful, like, but you like it. I'm like, doesn't mean I can't accept the fact that what they produced was shit, but
Exactly.
Beat garbage. Justin, look what you've done for me.
Where's my button go? Why isn't it working?
On to another blue guy. Elvin was excited about this.
Yes.
Cowbung, dude. I think it could be the best DC movie of the year. Well,
get this guy.
I don't know what else.
Okay, you know.
To be fair, he's right. It could be due to what else came out.
Sure.
Wasn't this the guy that told us to watch Willow?
Cowabunga dude, yes. But he has been making it up to us by staying with me while I play Zelda the whole time. So you know what? No, he didn't.
Exactly, he was pranking you, and I love that.
His debt has been paid. He keeps me company. Yeah, he keeps me company while I build stupid stuff in Zelda, and ADD until my eyes bleed. Okay, I will say one thing about is there a Mega Man movie coming out? Is that why we're talking about this?
No, this is a new toy line coming out. What were you gonna say about Mega Man?
Well, I thought someone was coming out with a Mega Man movie because that's just is what the current all the companies are doing. Like, hey, this is popular, make a movie. I was gonna say if they make a Mega Man movie, I guarantee you the soundtrack will rival the Spider-Verse soundtracks because the Mega Man theme music is some of the best music ever written.
Hey, fair enough. Actually, someone said a Mega Man movie's coming to Netflix, but that was in 2021, so I don't know. I don't know where that's going on. Elvin, you doing it?
100%.
It's super cool.
Everyone was shocked. Jada Toys. Now, I'm not getting this guy. Street Fighter recently. The Chester the Cheeto guy. Blueberry, they're doing cereal mascots. So I'm all into those. Sure. Yeah, I love it.
We gotta find the niche.
I'm not getting this. I don't like the way this one looks, and I understand it looks like this inside. This is the version I like. I like the way this one looks.
Less glossy.
Just like look at his fat head in that one, and like
it is a little oddly proportioned.
But he does look like that.
Well, hold on. Yours is more like the anime. This one's more to the proportions of the video game.
Like the cover art of the box art of the game.
Yeah.
So they're not wrong. This looks like it's supposed to look. And he looks great. I just don't like the way this one looks.
Sure.
So I've never seen this before. Is that like a ball of fire coming out of?
Yeah, it's his Buster Cannon. And they have these stands
it
so you can post
lemons.
him on. Yeah, there you go. That's what kids used to say.
That's what I was gonna say. I've seen stands for figures. I've never seen stands for lemons before.
Lemon stands.
When you get
to California,
I've seen lemon stands. I've not seen
lemon stands.
Yeah. Whatever this is, I've never seen a stand for it. Anyways.
They do it a lot with Fireball characters like Street Fighter and Mega Man in this instance. And you can repurpose it to like balance him, I'm sure.
But no, how many people are going to turn that figure around and have the Fireball go up there? That would be awesome.
Like Astro Boy. I am getting the Robot Masters, the villains. I'll get these guys.
Oh, cool. Did they do all of them?
No, just 2 so far.
I have a feeling they're going to do at least like 20, 30.
So they did Lightning Man. Who else did they do?
Iceman.
Yeah.
And
that's cool. Except it looks like one of the ice climbers from Nintendo.
I love that too. Paint one pink and you're good.
Yeah, there you go. Done.
Was it? Nana and something else. I forgot the name.
Just gotta get him a hammer.
Just for me.
Do you talk about what?
He said that Jada also makes a lot of metallic cars. Are you getting this?
Yeah, these two villains I'll get.
Nice.
Just not the Mega Man. Okay, what's Hasbro got in store for us? Nope.
Nope.
Secret
Pass.
Invasion.
Next.
I don't understand why they do things like this, like the Loki wave. I don't know a single figure in that line that anyone wanted. Like, it wasn't even like a Loki wave. It was just like a Disney Plus wave with old man Loki.
Yo, you know what you can do with this? Is buy this, because I know that the General Krennic from Star Wars head sculpt was garbage, and that's a good head sculpt on him. You could then replace him.
Funny. It's funny when you have to mix and match different properties to get the look you want.
Yeah. But that's a good head sculpt on him. That looks really good. Now Krennic can. Well, he doesn't have the hat, but I mean, you could find some.
You can find something.
Yeah, like third party person. Yo, wait, why does that? How does he look cross-eyed when you can only see one eye?
But he's not even wearing, in the first episode, he wasn't wearing a patch.
Yeah, that too. Why does his head look so weird? It looks scrunched. How many times has Sam Jackson been an action figure?
So many times.
Like, can't they standardize it?
And I don't think you can even move this aside from his arms because the coat gets in the way of everything else.
Oh, yeah. How hard is that leather jacket? Yeah.
I saw this leak on the Discord. It was shared by Ortega. So you got WandaVision, Agatha Harkness, Yelena, Mantis, Kingpin. He looks kind of slim there.
But yeah, I was going to say, he's been to the gym.
What if Gamora, and then the Secret Invasion, Nick Fury?
Wait, so that's like Gamora in Thanos
The cartoon.
kit?
A multiverse.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Even Darth agrees with you.
Yeah, there's no way. Oh man, did you get this? I missed out on this.
No, it sold out instantly. Like the only thing you could get is the drawings now.
All the bots got it.
Yeah, it was $250. You had a signed black and white print of Space Adventure. You saw.
Well, I don't care about that. I just want the figure itself.
Yeah, but you can get the color one at least.
Yeah,
the color one looks cool too. So anyone who missed out on the black and white could get that.
You can just
Where's
buy
that
two and paint it. You only need two colors.
Which one? The color one?
The colored one, yeah.
They didn't. That was just like a teaser pick. This was in the background.
Can't say that, Elvin. It's figure of color.
Yes, that colored figure.
Oh man, you're not gonna get invited back.
He was never invited. He just
I used to produce this.
Well, they're gonna switch days on you, so you don't know when it is.
I used to produce this, and they were like, "God, we need to give him his own show."
Oh, man.
Knuckles, I'm getting him.
Cool.
Yeah,
that looks good.
Even though he looks horrible.
What? Are we talking design or figure?
He looks
Because
like
that's just that's what Knuckles looks like.
Alvin doesn't know what he's talking about. He's crying. He's crazy. His internet's causing him to be all loopy. He's crazy.
Look at D get rattled.
He's been as slow as his internet right now. So. Yeah, that's cool. I have Sonic, so I'm gonna get him.
Baby,
did you play the new Sonic game?
Yeah,
the one that's trying to be
I couldn't do
Zelda?
it.
It's like, we're gonna do an open world game and make it like, oh, there's so much to do, and you're like, I gotta run for how long to get to? Well, at least thank God I can run so fast.
The running's fun, but like everything's a platform, so it's like,
yeah,
I gotta stop and then jump and then jump and then jump and then miss and then
fall off. Yeah, it's like that. What was that game where you're the dude in the bucket with the sledgehammer?
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. It's like that, but not made as well. I didn't play it. I just watched Game Grumps play it, and I was like,
"Oh, sweet! We've been binging that too."
Yeah,
watched all of the 10-minute power hours. Yeah,
hell yeah!
Don't get me started. We'll recap after. I'm gonna ask.
Yeah.
So they updated the articulation on these. the cell Mars. Before they didn't have articulation, they had like the arms moved and the legs moved, and then people were like, I'm not buying that. It doesn't do anything. So they released new images showing they updated the articulation. Now this has piqued my interest.
Is this a new company that doesn't know how to make action like were they like we made a statue that can kind of move, and then
it's because companies are doing that. They're doing like the retro look, and they just do like 5 points of articulation, and they're banking off the fact this character, you want this character, you're gonna buy this, and so it doesn't have to move.
Oh, this is a nostalgia release. So we didn't have the technology of butterfly joints back in the day. Why would we redo that?
But obviously people didn't like that. So like, okay, now it has 22 points of articulation instead of 5. So
they were like, I thought it was cool when I'm 12, but now I'm 32 and I have money that I can actually buy it. So make it good.
Yeah. So now I'm excited. I need to see
the
more
bikes.
Images. Oh, they're not giving you bikes.
What?
They're not going to give you bikes. Not with it. You're going to get bikes. You're just going to have to pay extra. That's all.
Okay.
Yeah, they're not going to come packaged. Sorry.
No, that's fine. Okay. Yeah. I was going to say, it's literally a third of the goddamn name. I can forgive them for not giving us the planet Mars, but like at least give us the thing that they're known for.
Oh, yeah. I'm excited for these. I don't know if I'll buy them. I'm just excited someone got this IP and wanted.
Yeah, I'm excited to see people take pictures of them and to go
exactly.
and like it on Instagram.
Oh, another update. So there was a
oh man,
and it just looked like an upscaled action figure because you could see all the joints, like Elvin's Hot Toys, how it's fabric and you can't see the joints. Like, so they didn't do that. They just made it look like a giant action figure. So be like, why would I pay $300 for that?
Wait, so the recession's hitting Hot Toys too?
No, they
like
just
yeah. That's what their PR should be saying.
But they're giving you cloth goods now, so
so they're back to standard.
They came to their senses.
Yeah. Are you gonna do this now or no? You still don't care?
You already have one though, don't you, Melvin?
This I don't have it. This is stylized for across the.
Mm-hmm.
I have the comic book version.
What's the difference then?
This is
proportions.
Huh?
Yeah.
His suit, his proportions. He looks slightly. Here, hold on a second.
Very comic booky.
Well, because Elvin has the 2099 Hot Toys one, right?
Already? Yeah.
From the game.
This is from the movie,
like
so it's like style different. Style different, yeah.
So Elvin has the one from the game animation, but this is from the movie animation.
Yeah.
So it's different.
It's different.
Okay.
It's different, okay.
Okay.
And then you got some SH figure arts. Keaton Batman. You doing this? You doing this?
I don't know.
Did you get them? You didn't get the Mezco one, right?
No, I didn't.
This is a good alternative.
Looks really good.
Yeah.
His face absolutely.
That face looks horrible.
His face looks like he just took off the Joker's makeup.
I was gonna say he looks like a Joker as Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been making out with the Joker.
Yeah.
I'd obviously keep the cowl on, but
suit looks really.
This is a game time decision here. This is a game time decision for me.
You gonna decide last minute?
Yeah.
Okay, understandable.
How big is it?
6 inch, like the.
Oh, really?
It's SH figure art size. Yeah.
Oh, I thought this was like a 112.
No, it is. Oh, like it's.
You mean 1/6? Hot Toys is 1/6.
Sorry, yeah. I thought it was the like Hot Toys size because that detail looks like it's a larger figure.
So with them again, it's the like you mentioned before, they got a really good photographer. So they hit the light and they got all the details. But I noticed when you get it in hand, everything's kind of flat. It doesn't look bad. It's just no light hit it. So
you don't have a soft box in front of it normally.
Yeah,
it's the only time you look at it. The soft box.
Yeah, don't take it out of this room.
Yeah,
but no, it looks cool. I like what I see here.
And SH does really good capes too.
I was trying to find an example. I don't know, like there's no shading on this. Everything's just like matte. And it looks good, but there's no highlights.
Is it kind of like textured webbing? Like, can you feel the?
Oh, but the Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
when the light hits it, you can see it. But like
Yeah.
under regular lighting, he just looks like a flat matte red.
I mean, obviously, it'll be a bit more accentuated with Batman because it's a lot more hard angles, and I mean, he's wearing armor.
Yeah.
But you know,
no, this looks good.
hockey pants.
Just that face. Oh.
Yeah, the face is again. It's the lighting. It's I can see why, but it's a very detailed. Like with the mask, like it's just the paint job on like the skin tones on the mouth and like around the cheeks and stuff. Like that's why I thought it was a larger scale.
Oh yeah,
like, that's ridiculously detailed.
They're really good at it sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
What else we got going on? This is more for me. Digimon, Amplified.
Digital Monster, Digimon.
I used to love this show. The problem is this is a model kit, and I had one before, and it took me like 2.5 days to do because I got bored. I just want the final product. So sometimes I'm tempted to go online and be like, anyone want to do this for me? And then I'll just give you $200.
Go on to Etsy. Dude, during the pandemic, I built like 6 Gundams. But now that we're not, no.
It's just so mind numbing.
Yeah,
especially
absolutely.
when it's symmetrical. It's like, okay, I made one arm. Now do it again. I'm like, oh god, no.
Yeah. When you have the pandemic and the government's paying you money and you're drunk, it's the best.
Yeah.
That sounded like a commercial. Just
The only other time I built model kits was when I broke 17 bones in my leg, ankle, and foot, and I was like, time to build a hind D. I built a helicopter. But yeah, people who do model kits. I mean, that's insane. Well, and also too, like because I hadn't built a model since like the early 2000s. And then I built the Gundams, and I was like, oh, what? These have like articulation. They've got like they've updated.
Where it's like segmented, like that tail. You know, you're gonna have to build that, and then the hinge, and then and then the hinge, and then that. Like, but also Gundams are the same, like the inner workings.
Yeah, but also too, like it's not. Like once you put it there, you better Gorilla Glue that sucker in, because like if you breathe on it, like I've got an AT-AT that I built, and I'm constantly just like I'll be sitting somewhere and I'll hear like a tiny piece of plastic drop.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, what was that? And because I have a dog that's less than 5 pounds, I have to be like, oh god, it's a part of the Star Wars thing. I gotta find it and glue it back on so he doesn't choke and die.
I had the other one at this and say like I heard like creaking. I'm like, are you collapsing under your own weight? Because it comes with a stand. Because it had these huge wings and then these huge claws. I'm like, I don't really trust you. Of course, he fell and broke. So I'm like, I'm never doing one of these again.
Yeah.
But he comes with like a bunch of stuff.
Oh,
it looks cool.
Yeah.
And it's a stylized version. So
that
was I saved the best for last. I don't know. Maybe I'll get it. Probably won't. But maybe I'll get desperate and pay someone to do it for me.
I would assume, but they're cheaper. Like if somebody were to like say with this amount of detail and articulation, like an SH Figure Arts or a Mezco or something, like if they were to come out with a figure, this would be like, I don't know, $200, $160 or whatever, with like their pricing. But then the model kits are usually like sub $100.
Yeah, it's like roughly that. But this is a big dude. He's like this big.
Okay, so like maybe like 120, 150 or whatever. Yeah, they're usually quite a bit cheaper. So I mean, if you're just wanting something that's gonna sit on a shelf and look cool behind you on your desk or whatever, then it's like a big kid puzzle.
Yeah,
like obviously,
like it definitely is like eye candy. It's $100. I wouldn't look quickly.
Oh yeah, like. You know,
the price is fair.
Anything? Yeah, like that's totally reasonable.
Or you get the Wargreymon one. That looks normal because they did a version like that, and then they did a normal one. That's $34.
Oh, really?
Because it's not stylized. It's just it's cartoon appearance.
Doesn't have. Oh, so it's like the cell shaded, or no.
It just looks like that. So. The amplified ones have like these holographic wings and like made up weapons.
This one's just
The $34 one
4
looks
colors.
Like,
Yeah. Of plastic.
Let me see if I can find it. I can't tell if Alvin's gone, or if he's just sitting.
I'm right here.
Okay. After this, we're going to our next topic.
Yes.
But
Also, I made this joke a little while ago, but it hadn't popped up. So, oh wait, no.
this is the one, like the style.
Whoa!
And like you can move his shield around.
Wait, this is less?
Yeah. Well, nowadays it's on
Cool.
discount, but
Oh,
it looks cool. It looks cool.
I mean, 17%. Let's.
Yeah.
That's not a discount. That's marketing.
So, Alvin, are you okay? You
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. What do you want to?
Why don't you go restart your router?
No,
I don't jinx it. Don't even touch it. Don't even
I'm
look
not
at
even
it.
touching anything. We're good.
Go- Okay, this is a thing that I've used.
Drive to the studio. Go drive to the studio.
Yeah, I've used as job security because I work with boomers constantly. I'm not calling anyone here a boomer. I'm just saying I use this statement, and anyone who's watching now, use this. If you have older people who always ask you to fix shit at your work, when you go to turn something on and off again, instead of just saying, "Oh, I just unplugged it and plugged it back in," say you rebiased the power transformers. That'll blow their mind, and then they will never try and fix it themselves, and they'll always call you. That's job security. Go turn your router on and off. We'll plug for a bit.
Like I stated before, it's nothing to do with the power on and off. The router actually doesn't work.
We'll go plug another one in. You're a collector. Don't you have another one in a closet somewhere?
Oh, he's tried it all. He's tried it all.
Damn it.
Yeah, it's actually the router itself is defaulted. TELUS has to come in a couple of days and sort it out.
A couple of days. I'll get them to come over tomorrow.
Yeah. Damn it. Why isn't my soundboard working?
I'll get it sorted out, don't worry.
Okay.
Yeah, let's get into it. Is there anything else left from the weekly Twitter?
No, that's all. That's all for me. Are you guys doing your secret? They've been waiting patiently, so
yeah. Well, you guys can give a little tidbit of what we do on Wednesday nights. That's why you guys crash the party here. Chris, you guys want to talk about
what do we do on Wednesday nights? We talk about, well, right now we're finishing up with Silo, the Apple show, Silo. First season, episode 9 and 10 are left. Starting to talk about Secret Invasion and talk about a bunch of other stuff. And then we do this, we choose an 80s movie and we just rip the crap out of it. No, I'm just kidding. We talk about a different 80s movie every week as well. So we've talked about Bloodsport. We've talked about Escape from New York. Last week we talked about too bad you missed it, Elvin. It was Stallone's Cobra.
Oh, I didn't miss it. I watched it.
Well, I wish I had missed it.
There's certain someone I want to there's sort of someone I want to elbow drop.
Yeah. So it's an interesting, it's a fun discussion. But so we talk about all kinds of stuff, movies and streaming stuff like that. So come join us every Wednesday at 7:00 Pacific Standard Time.
I'll be there this Wednesday.
Speaking of popcorn chicken, where we record, today I went to the liquor store and I got some Fuggles and Warlocks.
Oh, they're down the street from us, yeah.
Yeah, they're right down the street from us. So I was in the beer store and I was like, oh, I'll get some beer from the people that we don't know yet. And it's tasty.
You should make friends with them.
I should. What's this one? This one's Wannabe Mimosa Krolsch, and there's some green lady who could be a scroll. Could be.
Oh, that's a segue, eh?
We're good at that here. We're good at segues.
Just like the show, I have no interest in that beer.
So
really,
okay.
Alvin, really,
this show is. I don't know, man. Like,
we called this. Me and Chris called this. We said Alvin's going to hate this show because we enjoyed it.
Yes.
What a snooze fest this show is.
Rasper's asking about the beer.
Real beer or flavored water? It's 6.3%. So
flavored water. Yeah, no, I right now I know it's early on here, but
yeah, first episode.
One episode.
there's nothing here to like. Oh wow, this is wowing me. Like, there's nothing to capture. Why even have this show? That's what I'm saying right now. In my head. Like, why even have the show? You're wasting goddamn money. Disney, just stop. Everything just like I don't know. I want to get into it on Wednesday more, but for right now, I find this a snooze fest.
It's a fun Cold War spy thriller, and we've come to the realization that Elvin,
there's no war, nothing happening right now.
We've come to the realization, Elvin, that you hate spy thrillers, even though you love James Bond and Mission Impossible. You hate spy thrillers. You hate.
You get bored.
And you like the West Wing. Like,
wait,
I just don't think you like. You don't like dialogue.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is there too much talking? Is that the situation?
Talking. Too much talking.
Do you like Aaron Sorkin movies, Elvin, or do you absolutely hate them?
It depends what they are.
No,
I don't.
There should be a yes or no answer to that.
Are you comparing Aaron Sorkin movies to this show right now?
No, God no. I'm just trying to get a barometer for what you think is garbage.
Aaron Sorkin up right now to compare to this show.
Because we
right now,
because Chris was like, "Do you hate dialogue?"
Has nothing going on for it. It is absolutely horrible. The show
it had enough that I was like, "We
Samuel
should
Jackson
come on to
is too
this
old
podcast."
For this shit, man. He should just walk away right now.
Chris, what did you think? Did you watch it?
Yeah, I like it.
Okay.
I mean, I'm a big fan of spy thrillers.
Whatever you guys were smoking, I want to know where you got it from. That's all I want to know.
7-Eleven.
Make sure you share it.
Exactly.
Fogels. Oh, I can't wait to tear it apart on Wednesday. It's going to be awesome. Episode 2 drops on Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
But a show that's really good that we're right now finishing it up is Silo. That is kicked in high gear.
I haven't seen the new episode yet. I was going to watch that tomorrow.
Yeah,
it's good. It's really good.
Fact,
really good.
Yeah, I heard your little thing about it.
That being said, there was a lot of episodes of Silo that were slow, right?
And we scored them accordingly, right?
Well, I think again, I said this on Wednesday. Oh, hey, Kiwi. What the heck? Hello, Kiwi. There we go. I think we said this on Wednesday, but like every time that we said something, not necessarily bad, but like constructive about Silo, it was this is going to be bad unless it starts ramping up, and then every single episode it consistently ramped up, and we were like, okay, this is going in the direction we want, because the first 2 episodes were so good and were just like an immediate, like they grabbed you and they kept you interested. Oh Jesus, they kept you interested.
You look like you're explaining something, so I zoomed in on you.
Yeah, no, it's fair. The first 2 episodes were so enticing and kept you interested and grabbed you by the seat of your pants, and then the 3rd episode they're like, all right, now that we got you hooked, we're going to do some exposition and we're going to do some world building, and all this is going to be important. But I mean, when you're reviewing something, the next episode, when it slows down, you're like, I already had all this adrenaline, and now I have to sit and listen to you talk. Well, why? And then the next episode, you're like, oh, okay, that's why. Okay. And well, but this is boring. Why are you telling me about this? And the next episode, you're like, okay, that's why. So everything that we had bad to say about the show, the next episode made it make sense, and it made everything worth it. And so to hear you say that they're saving the best for last makes me really happy. And I think this is so far a beautifully crafted show, and a really good bingeable show, and I think a really good rewatchable show. And we've had a lot of theories about, and credit to this show too is how they're writing this and how they're presenting it. Is it spawns a lot of theories. It makes you question everything and makes you go like, well, who's that guy? Well, who's that guy? Like, if you've I've talked about it a bit, but like it reminds me of watching the Battlestar Galactica TV show with like Katie Sackhoff and other people who are amazing. But like that show, every episode that came out, you're like, who's that guy? Is he a Cylon? Oh shit, is he a good guy? Is he a bad guy? And you were constantly just questioning everything, and this show is absolutely capitalizing on that and is doing a great job. So hear the new episodes is also really good. Makes me very excited, and it's greenlit for a 2nd season. So it's and there's like what 5 books or something, so it's gonna be fun.
Zooming out.
Yeah. No, I mean, Justin's completely right, because it's like you're actually what the characters are trying to find out in the silo is the same thing you're trying to find out as a viewer. Stuff that you don't know, that they don't know, stuff like that. So they've really in the last couple episodes, and that's why I'm excited to watch 9 to really ramp it up. So, but getting back to Secret Invasion, yeah, I mean, they need to. I like the first episode, but let's see what happens, because it's only a 6-episode series. That's the thing.
And
that's
they're
one thing
an hour long each. I mean, well, it's Disney, so it's 40 minutes and then 20 minutes of pissing credits.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you start it and you're like, oh, it's an hour, and then 45 minutes in, you're like, oh, it's over. No, well, it's still 45 minutes is good run time.
That's decent.
Yeah.
I'm curious what kind of impact it'll make. The internet, what?
The internet's up in rage because the intro was done by AI.
Yes.
Yeah. Well,
this is the start of Disney.
It's cheaper,
maybe
but also no, that's it. That's people getting mad for no reason, because it absolutely is integral to the story. Like, it's a shapeshifter thing. Like, I don't get why people are being mad. I love getting mad at stuff. I love getting mad at $1 million companies. Like, that's, again, I love Star Wars. I've spent the last, I don't know, months talking smack about Star Wars. I love getting mad at Disney. Love getting mad at Marvel. I like getting mad. Okay. The AI intro, I was like, oh, they made this with AI. Oh, look, yeah, it kind of looks like an acid trip.
Did they specifically say, hey, we did this with AI? Like, did they announce it?
I don't think they hid it. I think it was obvious. When you looked at it, you're like, oh, I've seen this on Instagram for the last year. Okay. This is AI art. Like, people
had
like
that look. Had that look to it, for sure.
Yeah, 9-year-olds have been doing this in their bedroom for the last like 6 months on Instagram. So it wasn't like hidden. And it was just like, oh, here's this cool, trippy shapeshifter thing, because like things aren't what they seem. And and it's like
infiltrating now.
Yeah, exactly. It's like the whole and my favorite thing about this show is how conspiracy theorists on the internet are just sinking their teeth into it, and they're like, see, the Marvel's trying to tell us that the reptilians have been here the whole time, and they're just like us, and you can see them. And okay, there's one thing that Marvel's been doing, this viral marketing thing, is in local TV news broadcasts. They've been having like extras dressed as Skrulls walking in the background, so not addressing it with no context. They're just doing a local news like, hey, we're down at Steve's Burger Shop. Oh, and he's like, oh, thanks, Susan. Really love to talk about my pizza burgers from Tacoma, Washington, or whatever. And there's a dude in a suit in full Skrull makeup just walking in the background. And this is happening constantly.
Oh, that's cool.
And
they did that for that horror movie Smile. Remember that?
That's right. Yeah.
At sporting events. Like behind the catcher at a baseball game, they had someone just like with a really weird look on their face, like smiling the whole time. And they're basically advertising for the movie.
Yeah. Okay. I told you guys when we were going to Flash, but I didn't. D doesn't know the story, and neither does the internet. I was a few years ago, a number of years ago, when the Winter Soldier was coming out. And I know that this wasn't a viral marketing campaign, but it should have been. Marvel needs to pay this man. I was standing by the Science World SkyTrain station waiting for my bus to go to work. And this like just beat up piece of shit like 1987 Honda Civic rips by around the corner. And there's like 4 teenagers in it. The one in the passenger seat is dressed in full Captain America, like an amazing costume. And he leans out the window and he points at all the people at the bus stop and he just screams, "Watch my movie!" And then they rip by and it just like billows as black smoke because the engine's about to explode. But I saw that guy and I was like, I kind of want to watch Captain America.
Now I gotta go. Now I gotta go watch Captain America.
Yeah.
But I'd rather see the movie with that guy in it.
In the same car, just like
That's the movie I
That's
wanna
the
see.
Avengers mobile.
just mowing down like Nazis and just hydrated. Doing a
Oh, you
donut.
Nazi scum! Where's the Jaeger bombs at?
He's got to stop and get gas at some point. He's got slow music and it's filling up here.
Oh shit! I put diesel in it.
Yeah.
It's my dad's car. He gave it to me. I don't know how it works.
All right, let's get into our next segment, which is the mid-season report.
No. I have questions about the TV show that you hate.
Which one?
What?
Which one?
The one that we're here for.
What?
Secret Invasion. Go on.
Secret Invasion.
We'll talk about it on Wednesday.
Oh, okay.
He needs to save his hate.
We gotta save it because I want to watch another episode to really.
Okay.
He needs to
Okay.
cultivate. He needs to cultivate.
All right.
Sorry, Alvin. What were you gonna say?
Mid-season report for our figures so far. Like what figures we think right now, because at the end of the year we do our figure of the year kind of thing in segments. So we're halfway through the season. I'm wondering, with me and you collecting figures, what are some of the figures that you're thinking could be a contender?
I think you and I both had the same. I'm gonna let you say it. I always steal your stuff. I know what you know I'm gonna say, so say it.
Oh, we both know that we're gonna say the Mayfex Steel.
Okay, yes, there you go. See, I don't know, something about it. He's beautiful. Let me grab it real quick because you can't see me right now. He's just so beautiful.
If I move, the internet might cut out.
It'll lose your position.
Yeah. I have a
your
foil
personal-
rabbit.
yeah.
I have a foil rabbit here attached to it. There
So
it
yeah,
is.
steal
Oh my
here.
god, it's a beauty.
Cool.
Just like the size, the accessories, everything about it's well done in my
The paint
opinion.
job, the
The
cape,
cape, Jinx.
the articulation.
Oh, is it the same cape from the?
Nope,
Better.
it's bigger.
Better.
Well, no. Is it more than one? I don't know, piece of metal.
Oh,
It's not just
there's-
the edges.
It's
There's
a
no
wired cape.
steel.
Wired cape.
Yeah,
This-
I know, but not
Oh,
more than because I know the one with the kryptonite arrow. That one only had 2 wires in it.
this one has it goes around and then
Yeah.
around the bottom as well.
Ooh.
Ali
Yes, I have the
Backer-
same problem as Ali.
He says all my figures are still on pre-order. Well, name some that you think they're going to be figure of the year. Well,
I just
by the
know
way,
you didn't have them yet.
I'm gonna
but
tap
how do
out,
you
guys.
say it's the figure of the year when you don't even have it in your possession?
Because
Exactly.
anticipation is 9/10 of the law.
Because I've been collecting for a long time, and I've got figures where I've been anticipating to be really good, and then I open it up and they're like falling apart, and I'm like, what the heck is this? Like until I get it in my hands, I cannot ever assume
This
the
guy,
pre-order is going to be good.
this guy was excited for it. He's hot garbage. I do
Oh,
not dare
Doom?
move him. Doomslayer. Like the promos were great. Everything was great.
But
If you move him, all his limbs fall off.
who is he? Mayfex?
Figma.
Hmm.
Like he just has
Guys,
these-
I'm gonna tap out, guys. Thanks for having me.
Spirit
I'll
joints.
see you later. I'll see you on Wednesday.
All right, Chris, I'll see you on Wednesday.
Yeah. I don't know. He doesn't support his own weight. I
Did
don't know
they
if he
not
thinks-
think that the internet existed when they named their company Figma?
It's great. It's a good name.
Figma nuts and
I was like, is he gonna say that? And he did.
that was the most PG thing I could say. Okay.
But yeah, no, Alvin raises a good point. You need to get your hands on the. I'm not gonna set you up. You need to get your hands on the.
You just did with that line.
I know, if I call it out, then he can't. It's ruined. So. No,
So you're
man,
just
Alvin,
taking.
Did Serpentor come out this year? No, that was last year, right?
Yeah, that was
Oh, the
last.
throne? That was
Yeah.
last year.
Turbo
Everything's
Toe
starting
is
to blur
rad.
together.
I also thought the other Superman figure, now the name escapes me.
Cyborg or no?
Cyborg, yeah, that's it.
The Cyborg one was really
that's
cool.
like really, the Mayfix Cyborg looks really, really good.
It was
like
impossible to balance, but I mean, they had like a a slant 6 like V8 engine on his wrist, so that's understandable. But
Oh, with his cannon? Yeah. I did not put that cannon on. He does not have that on. I didn't want him to fall off. No.
What other
You
figures
held
came
his
out?
toes, you took a picture, and you're like, all right, never again.
I don't think any. I'm looking at Hasbro.
Oh, the
stuff.
new Trunks and the new Vegeta look really good. I've opened them up. They look really good
yeah.
in hand.
They look great. Better than the version previous.
Yeah,
So
I think it just feels more. I feel more confident in ratcheting the figures around.
Yeah.
Where else on the other one, the limbs would just fall right off or something.
You and I were both excited for Nightwing, but did it come with a lot? Like he's basically just like a dude in spandex. Like, do you think he is a contender?
I'm surprised you're saying that because that's your dude in spandex.
I know, but like compared to everything else, like you got
it's still a good figure because we don't have anything like that.
Yeah.
Who
Right. And
made
don't
it?
you say
He's on my list.
McFarlane? Don't you say McFarlane?
I was gonna say
That's why I was asking who made it, because I know that there's a McFarlane one, and I know that Elvin wouldn't be anywhere near this conversation.
Yeah, I think it's a cool figure because yeah, I know the hair. You don't like the little flick of the hair.
No, that's
That's right, because it's directional.
yeah.
Yeah.
But it's still a really good figure. I think it's nice. Yeah.
Come here.
No, he looks good. He's on my list.
Come here, little man.
What about the Magneto from Mayfek and Storm? Do you think they're on the list?
Storm's beautiful. I got her. I pre-ordered her impulsively. Didn't care about her. Then I got her. I'm like, oh, okay. See, but now it's turning into like a Mayfex like list.
Yeah. Well, last year was the same thing. Last year, Mayfex was killing it. Everything, right? The Black Spider-Man, the Gambit, right? There are so many.
We got a lot of Joes this year.
So, okay, as I would say, casual observer, why doesn't Mayfex have different tension strengths for their limbs? Because I think Mayfex could really benefit from having their knees and elbows really stiff, but then have their ankles and like everything else. But it seems like, or
they just use their proprietary joints. They don't do ratcheted joints.
Yeah.
Well, no, I know that, but they're already a premium company. Why don't they make? And with the world of 3D printing as it is now, this shouldn't be a super expensive thing to do, but have like an option where, and this could be a money-making thing for them. And Mayfex, I know you're watching because you do, of course. Have a proprietary Mayfex wrench that you have to buy separately, that you can then tighten certain joints. So you can tighten the knees, you can tighten the elbows, you can tighten the. I mean, that's pretty much it. But like,
I know that like Transformers does that, so I know exactly what you mean because like toy companies do that. It's just they don't.
But it's a private company, like, and they know, like, and that's the biggest. I would say the biggest complaint about Mayfex stuff is that like, the second that you put any weight on anything, like you're rolling the dice. Either you get one that can hold its weight, and they've been doing squats and they're good, or you get one that's just like, nah, they fall over constantly. Or if you have it long enough, then the joints get loosened. So why don't they make?
I'm taking a risk. Like my Cyborg Superman isn't on a stand right now. He's just like freestanding. I'm like, that's not gonna last. Like he's gonna.
No, that's gonna be 6 months. Like that's gonna be two seasons. 2 seasons.
I put like a towel on the floor.
Contract, and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he's definitely gonna tumble.
Why don't they add a little thing that you can? Well, because they're pinless, right?
Yeah.
So like, have a thing at say at the back of the knee. The what's this called? I know this is called the weenus because it's funny, but what's this called? This bit or whatever. Just have a little like Allen key spot where you just go and then you tighten the little thing up. and make the joints.
Because then they're gonna have to spend more money for that.
Yeah, I know, but you can charge more money. You're already a premium company. People can already buy your shit. Like now, you can advertise and be like, "We'll never degrade." Blah, blah, blah. Like it's a known issue, but people put up with it because they're like
because there's no other competitor. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's true. It's just go buy it or don't.
Yeah.
Until they're rivaled, until McFarlane just goes, you know what, maybe we should do good things.
Well, like it's like
then though,
Figure Arts and Mayfex, like they go head to head, basically.
Yeah. And they're not necessarily competing because none of them touch the same IPs, really.
Sometimes they do, but like the Mandalorian, I know there's a one and then a Mayfex one.
Yeah,
I don't know. They don't really seem to care. That's a tough one. They don't really seem to care. Because they're biased or no, someone's gonna bias. A lot of people are like. Sometimes people buy both. Period.
Yeah, Alvin.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No, I'm saying you have both, and they were very different figures.
Yeah. They both have their strengths and weaknesses.
Totally. Yeah.
One of the other figures, one figure that I thought it was pretty cool this year that came out it just recently came out. It's this guy right here. G.I. Joe, right here, Torpedo. He looks really cool, man.
He looks like Max Steel.
Remember that on Teletoon?
Hell yeah! I never watched it. I bought the figures though.
Did you?
Turbo.
Nice. Yep. No, I watched like a bit of it.
They rebooted it too. It was gross.
Yeah, it was so bad.
And then they made a live action movie.
It was just like it was already Ken doll with a gun, and then they were like, let's reboot it and make it Kim Possible, but like Ken Possible, with a gun, and it's like, no, that's not cool.
They rebooted
Make it G.I. Joe, but just higher def. That's all it was.
I can't tell what Joes you'll be excited for. Basically,
Rock and Roll was I was excited for until they didn't get the dual machine guns, but then Cowabunga Dude told me and reminded me that it was the first version. The second version, he had the double machine gun.
Yeah.
So, but he looks good. That's a really good figure too. I like that. G.I. Joe has been killing it for the last couple of years anyway. So ever since they started,
Scorpion on him, cool.
The first wave of G.I. Joes were space G.I. Joes. Everybody likes to call them.
Oh yeah, the neon Nerf.
Yeah. And then they're like, oh wait, you don't like this? Okay, we're gonna fix this. And then after that, I think it just kind of took off because they started really honing down on what people want. They took feedbacks and they kept chipping away and making something that people really want in their collection. And the sales have been off the chart. Like,
how much are G.I. Joe figures compared to like
depending
Marvel
on
Legends?
Like some of the regular line, classified line without any additional accessories.
I'm just saying, like a dude like this is, I would say, standard. Like figure
so this
comes with a gun, or
same price as a Legend.
How?
Because they
in what sense? In what sense? Like, are you saying it should be more or less?
More, because
so the reason
every
why
G.I. Joe figure that you send me home with to do videos about, they blow me away. Articulation, borderline the exact same as like Marvel Legends or whatever.
Yeah,
like,
better. I think they're better.
They're like,
honestly, man. let me.
But, okay, so to answer your question, though, the reason why G.I. Joes are priced the same as Marvel is they can get away with more accessories and stuff in here because they own the IP. Hasbro owns G.I. Joe.
Oh, they have to license.
Yeah, so with Marvel, they got to. They have to. It's the same thing with Star Wars. They got to pay the fee. Right?
Okay.
So,
because I was just saying, like, every G.I. Joe, it's just like, we've got a gun. You could put a scope on it. His magazines come out. He comes with a spare magazine. We'll give you another knife. We'll give you like 3 knives. Fuck it. Whatever. You want 3 guns? Who cares? You go on a grenade launcher? Okay. And do you want a gas mask? Okay, sure. But yeah, licensing money. Yeah, actually, that all makes sense.
The one thing that they're lacking on, and they're slowly changing, is additional head sculpts or hands.
Oh yeah, their hands are always like this.
The hands,
they're getting better. They're getting better.
Yeah, they're always just like, you want to hold a gun? No. Yeah. Well, do you want to hold a gun? But if you hold a knife, but he's always ready to hold a gun.
Rock and Roll's been one of the few that have additional hands.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's hopefully they get better at this, but. Even if they raise it a couple bucks, but they give you an extra set of hands and a different head sculpt, I'll be fine with that.
Yeah.
Okay. options is great as long as you price it accordingly. And I think with the stuff that you see, like even this guy right here, you see how many accessories does he have here, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
And this is on the short side too. Like only having a backpack, some fins, and
Snake Eyes gets a wolf, and a whole bunch of guns and everything.
So many wolves now.
Well, like even the like army building guys that you that I made a couple videos about, they have like 2 different guns, extra magazines, 3 they have armor and I love how they're cashing in on the Call of Duty games on Warzone, because they come with different armor plates. One's like shot up so they can put in a new armor plate, like press X to re-armor. They come with different head sculpts that are like one's blown up, one's not. They come with like the I don't remember, the Red Guard, I think they were called. They came with like 4 or 5 different arm attachments. They were like, there's a flamethrower, there's a claw from Toy Story, there's a gun one, and then they also come with guns and like 2 different.
Sometimes I like take all the guns and I put them up, like Snake Eyes. Like, you're only gonna hold your sword. I don't know what to do with like these 17 guns you came with.
With the Red Guard and this is one of the first times I've seen this with the with the windowless packaging, is it comes with a box that you can.
Oh, that's so handy.
Well, it comes with a little cardboard box, but there's graphics over it, and it looks like an ammo box or whatever. And it's like it says on it like, G.I. Joe Red Guard, whatever, and it's like, you put all the stuff that you don't ever want to put them in or whatever, and it comes with that in the case, and I was like, that's cool.
Darth says here, Joes have no additional hands. Rock and Roll does, and I think we're gonna see it slowly. They're gonna slowly add more.
They're learning. They're learning, so that's good.
Yeah.
And I mean, G.I. Joe's, those are like some of the original action figures, period.
Yeah, they're just updating it to modern times.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. But they look great. I mean, so many of them look really, really cool. I'm very happy with the line.
Yeah. Every time I see a G.I. Joe, I'm just like, hell yeah, they're still doing good. Like, it's always just like that nostalgia, like, good. Yeah, they're still doing good.
I'm happy with my 2 that I...
Which ones do you have?
Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow, the 2 ninjas. I'm a ninjas guy.
What are the cool... Like, so, growing up, my rich friends would have cool G.I. Joe stuff. And it was always like the helicopters and the motorbikes. And I've seen like the motorbikes and stuff. But like, what's the pinnacle of like modern G.I. Joe vehicle? Is there like a tank?
Wasn't there like an air fleet?
There's a HISS tank that's on its way. I ordered it from HasLab.
Yeah.
And then are you talking back in the day when you were kids, or like now?
No, now. Like, what's like the modern pinnacle? Like, what now is like? Oh, you've got that one. Oh, that's. I think
it's going to be the one that's coming up right now. The HISS tank that's going to be delivered.
We gotta have that roll through the McDonald's.
Down the street, like with that Spider-Man in there, with his confused look. That is he still sitting in there with his legs crossed?
Oh yeah, Alvin. It's Monday today. Maybe Wednesday I'll come by and I'll set up.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Set up your camera stuff.
Yeah, I mean, is there any other figures that you could think of, D? Marvel Legends. Anything in Marvel Legends side?
Like they're doing stuff that they should have done years ago, especially when you see what Joe is doing. So, and then sometimes even now they're backtracking and like I don't know what.
What do you mean, like lines, like, or just
like articulations? They're reusing old molds, and then characters we don't care about. Like I don't know, like nothing's coming to mind right now. There's nothing specific that I'm like, oh, that Legends blew me away.
Actually, that's a good show.
I mean,
have they had it? Have they had something? Have they had a?
Like, there's Ronan the Accuser, but I didn't need him. Like, I got him. but he's
Right,
not
but-
like wow. But
Has Marvel come out with something? I mean, content-wise, that has blown people away in the last like year?
like maybe Guardians of the Galaxy, which I love that movie, but I don't.
People
Yeah.
like the movie figures of the Guardians of the Galaxy because they've got the uniform on that's from the comic book.
Yeah.
People like that.
Yeah,
I
we
mean,
did.
The Spider-Man
Ronan-
into Across the Spider-Verse or Into the Spider-Verse. Oh no,
That
I had
didn't
it
do
right.
for me. That didn't do it for me. That
You don't
wave
like
was
the
just,
you don't like the guitar guy?
the
Spider-Man?
movie made me like him. If I saw him without seeing the movie, like
Yeah.
previous waves, I could buy a figure without seeing the movie. The only reason I want that figure is because I saw him in action. I'm like, okay, I like this
Sure.
character. That
Yeah.
was good marketing. But
Because the
same with the
guitar
spot.
kind of looks like Play-Doh.
Yeah, he doesn't look at all like he does in the movie, and they can't
No.
do it. It's not possible.
But he poses really well.
Yeah,
He's super scrawny, like intentionally. Like it's very like
they did the best they could.
yeah. They nailed the aesthetics with the technology that they have
Yeah.
of mold machines, and I think honestly that's probably a big bottleneck is
Yeah.
because he's so lanky and just like oddly proportioned. Like his wrist bones are huge and his arms are like twigs.
Yeah,
And it's like to get that through a plastic injection molding machine, that's borderline impossible.
I just
Without
want to
like
put
thousands of dollars invest or tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars invested in different molds.
I just want
and-
to put him with my Pink Skull guitar guys together and rock.
That'd be
Yeah.
That would be an amazing picture.
We're getting the
to take.
band back together.
there's your next short. That exactly.
Yeah.
That
I
exactly
think that'd be awesome to do.
Who should we get for lead singer? Oh, wait a minute. No, shut up. We're doing okay. We're gonna have a Discord meeting sometime this week. We're gonna figure this out.
But like,
All right.
in order for me to get that figure, I had to wait and see if someone would 3D print his maskless head, and then they started coming out. I'm like, okay, perfect. I'll go buy this head. I'll buy the figure. Like like him with his like piercings and everything, and his dreads. Like he looks fantastic.
Wait, what piercings does he have?
His lips, his brow, all over his
Sick.
ears. Yeah, he's basically you. When he took his mask off, I'm like, that's
He's-
Justin. That's Black
He's Lenny
Justin.
Kravitz, man. He's Lenny Kravitz.
Lenny Kravitz doesn't have face piercings. Not anymore.
Oh, he used to back in the day.
Yeah.
He
Then it
used to, I think
became
he used to have
cool.
one on the lips and on the ear.
Yeah, he had a lip. He had a
Yeah.
it was a
When
phase.
did,
Went through a phase.
When did Amazing Spider-Man, Amazing Fantasy, like this guy, was this year? Like this
Yeah.
isn't anything to write home about. Like they updated the articulation,
It's essentially just like
but
like,
again, it should have been.
here's
like,
the new standard.
here's what Joe's been doing the whole time. I
Yeah.
crunch and diaphragm joint.
Yeah.
I never thought of the licensing fees.
Yeah.
That
It's
Absolutely
crazy.
makes everything make sense. And
Yeah, they
because
have-
it's Marvel and Star Wars, they'd be
Yeah.
charging them through the nose. Like, oh, what are you gonna do? Not make Star Wars? All right, put
Good
another
luck.
zero on it. What are you gonna do? Make Barbie? Okay. What do you want to make? Bratz dolls? Okay, yeah, no.
This guy was a
Yes.
sleeper hit. I love this guy.
Oh
so much.
yes, this guy was awesome.
Who's that big buff?
Just a random crocodile that
Hell yeah.
like, yeah. You can take his vest off. He comes with handcuffs. 'cause
What's
he's a
the-
bounty hunter.
What was that? Young adult novel series in the 90s?
Animorphs?
Animorphs?
Yeah.
Is that the Steve Irwin Animorphs?
It's a play off a character from Ninja Turtles, Leatherhead,
Oh yeah.
who is from Louisiana.
Did you know? So in the Nordic countries, it's either Iceland. No, Iceland calls him the direct No. Okay, so in Swedish, Batman is translated to Leatherman or Leatherhead,
Leatherman?
something like that. And I think Danish, it's Lightning Man or Lightning Bat or something. Anyway, the Nords don't
They're not very original with this.
care about DC much.
It's lightning bat. It's like
Russ-
Yeah, lightning bat, something like that. Yeah,
Leder
yeah,
Lappen.
Lederhaven. Yeah,
Lederlappen.
No, it's Loader. Oh no, yeah, later.
Because it's a family of bats. That's why.
Yeah, makes no sense. You can
well-
explain it.
I like it.
Yeah.
Since we're
I
on the
think that's what they're
DC,
called.
the DC
Later,
topics here, we can get on to our final topic,
Before.
which we have to give a big warning to everybody.
That's
though.
a Miko Raspor.
If you haven't seen The Flash, just letting you know right now, we're going to talk about some spoilers with The Flash. So maybe watch this part another time after you've seen The Flash. So we're going to get into Flash. So we're going to talk about all the cool things in Flash. so you've been warned. You've been warned, people.
Last time, Alvin and I liked it, but my score is lower. Funny enough, and it's because I judged it harsher.
Right?
I judged it. It's funny, like that's what I mean when you grade media with numbers. All our gripes could be said, but the bar is just different. So, like,
Yeah.
I didn't forgive it for some of the mistakes it made. I did like the premise. I like the acting, but they really dropped the ball in some segments, so I deducted more points off of it.
Yeah.
It doesn't. And I'm okay with saying that, but a lot of people were confused, especially my friends. Like, oh, I thought you liked it. I'm like, I did like it, but
Yeah.
I like. It'd be like
there's movies that I'll rate a 2, and I'll be like, this is the best movie ever.
Escape from New York.
Yeah, absolutely. If you go like on like a reference scale or scoring scale, like Escape from New York is like a 2, but like it's one of the best movies I've ever seen. Period.
It'd be like, it's just good idea, poor execution in some parts.
Yes. Yeah.
You could write a story.
I'm gonna get a drink too while we're right there.
If the story is riddled with like grammatical errors, I can't very well give it an A.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
If you can see the end product and like the vision, well, it's the same thing with music. Like you'll listen to a record and you'll be like, you know what? This sounds. I understand what they were trying to go for,
yeah.
But the production was garbage, or the mastering was garbage, or this snare sounds like a trash bag.
Yeah.
But like the song is still a banger, and I still love it. But every time I'll be, or like, oh, the guitar sounds like it's made of chainsaws here, but like, still a badass song, and it's still an amazing record.
When you went in, did you have low expectations, and did it surprise you? Like, what was your overall thought leaving the theater?
So, I had, so I have a joke for at the very end of this.
Okay.
But I mean, I just went in thinking it was going to be fun. The marketing for it, I think, hit it on the head. I went in with the exact expectations I think I should have, which was Michael Keaton's going to be in this. It's going to be weird. Ezra Miller's a piece of shit, and we're banking everything on him for some reason. Yeah. But James Gunn is taking care of this. And we're going to do a Flash movie, and there's going to be Batman stuff. And I was like, okay. And they're like, also Supergirl, super hot now. And I was like, all right, I'm in. Let's do this.
I had fun with it. Yeah, me and Elvin rated it already. That's why I'm just asking you what you thought. And
those are my expectations.
Yeah. Okay.
And then, so I went watching it. I was like, this is some of the worst CG I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
And there were so many points during the movie that were in the trailer that I was like, why is there a pause for applause or a pause for laughter here? We've already seen this in the trailer.
Yeah.
And I think that's a problem with trailer culture nowadays, which I have a really long-winded rant about.
I do probably have the same.
I think movies have updated and trailers have not. And they're trying to, and they constantly keep. It's hard to tantalize people to come to a movie. There's so many trailers now that I see where I go, this looks like a really good movie, but I don't want to see it now because they've given everything away.
Yeah.
And then I go and watch the movie and I go, you know what? Maybe they didn't. Maybe this is all a cock tease. And it was just like, oh, this actually isn't the premise. And then I watch the movie and I go, oh, no, I already know how it ends. And then it ends and I go, yep.
Yeah. That's my grip too. A lot of people have expectations that everything's given away now too. Like Internet Movie Database ruined a lot of things because you could see the cast list. So I avoid it completely.
Sure.
Like if there's supposed to be a surprise character in it and you see like blank as this character who we didn't even know would make an appearance.
Yeah.
A lot of Marvel movies do that too. Like, oh, Spider-Man's in this movie. I didn't know that. Now I do because you put him in the cast list there.
Also, we all, work for a YouTube channel that talks about pop culture things. So obviously we're not necessarily the everyman who is just like, I'm just going to enjoy this movie or whatever.
Some I do. Some I'm like, I'm not watching any trailer. Like I tell them, like I'm not watching.
Yeah. Star Wars stuff generally I don't watch the trailers for because like I want to just go in open mind and experience it fresh. And Star Wars was the worst for that. Like Phantom Menace, had you not used Darth Maul as Burger King toys and like called the goddamn movie. No, you could have called the movie Phantom Menace, but like you didn't put him on every McDonald's and Burger King toy in the face of the planet.
Yeah.
If I had gone into that movie when I was like 10 years old or 15 or whatever it was, and then 3/4 of the way through the movie you see Darth Maul, I would have lost my mind. But then the entire time I was just like, where's the devil guy? Where's the devil guy? Oh, there's the devil guy. Okay. Oh, devil guy fights good. Cool. I didn't give a shit about him at that point. But it would have blown my mind and it been, the same thing I think kind of happens for this. Like, if we didn't know Michael Keaton was in this, I know the argument is nobody would have gone and saw this movie.
Yeah. But no, you're right. That would have blown my mind.
But yeah, like, and then he's like arguably half of the movie. Like, it's unfortunate that because it's not their fault. I'm not mad at them.
They needed to use that as a lure to get people in seats.
And it was. I wouldn't have seen this movie had I not known that they were going to do like this cool thing with it. If it was like, hey, we're doing the Flash movie, I'd be like, cool, I don't care. I didn't watch the TV show. I don't care about the Arrowverse. And then also they're like, we're not going to touch the Arrowverse. Anyway. But yeah, I wouldn't have seen this movie, but I did and was disappointed after the fact.
Okay.
But I enjoyed the movie. Yeah, I wouldn't have got, Cowabunga Dude. Wouldn't have gone to see it either.
That's the thing, though. Like the last time I think I was genuinely surprised was X-Men First Class when Wolverine had his cameo. And
I will say this till I die. In PG-13 movies, you get one F-bomb.
Yeah.
That is the best F-bomb ever.
Yeah.
Ever. When Wolverine shows up, so you're already losing your mind, and then young Xavier and Magneto show up. Is it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. They walk into a bar, and it's a slow pan over, and then a rack focus to not Hugh Grant. Hugh Jackman. Yeah. Sorry, the other British colony. Hugh Jackman, and they go, hello, we'd like to talk to you about, and he goes, go F yourself. What does he either says go F yourself?
He says that. That's
yeah. And that's all he says. And,
and that blew me away.
I lost my mind.
Compared to this, where they tell you everything in the, like you summed it up.
Well, there's, and to give this movie credit, there were still a few points. So like, I think I saw the one main trailer.
Yeah.
So like I guess I don't know what the difference between a teaser. No, teaser is the shorter one and a trailer is the big one. Anyway, I saw the main thing where it's like, here's the guy and here's the thing, and we're gonna do it for 2 minutes. And I was like, okay, that looks like fun. So, and I didn't look into it because I don't care. and I didn't look up online. I didn't watch Screen Rant. Ryan Airy didn't tell me, here's the 15,000 things you need to know before going and seeing this movie. I love you, Ryan Airy. You're amazing. And but I didn't watch that because I don't care. And I was like, it's gonna be fun. Go with my friends. Go watch a Batman movie. to me, this wasn't the Flash movie. This is a Batman movie. Yeah. And then there were, I think, 3 points where I lost my mind. And Elvin can attest to this because he was standing 2 people next to me.
I genuinely laughed out loud. Oh, go on. What parts were you talking about?
No. Tell me yours.
Okay, the first time was when they're in the lab and he lost his powers and he tries to run and it's the stupid pose he does because I'm like, it was corny. Like every time he runs in these movies, I'm like, these are off. Like he's skating and I know that's what they're going for, speed skating, but it always looks stupid to me. But when he tries to do it without his powers and he looks just ridiculous, I lost my mind laughing.
That was good.
And then he's just like, when he curses, it's funny to me. He's like, shit.
Yeah. The writing and the writing and direction and the actual like storytelling, like, and that's what it's tough to grade this movie.
Yeah.
And that's why I always just say like it's a fun watch. Like it is, I would argue, one of the best comic book like superhero movies because you don't need to know a lot about the lore.
Yeah, it took my mom and she followed it A to B.
Yeah, it's like you know the Flash. Guy goes fast.
Yeah.
And then in the movie, they explain, he runs so fast he can go through time. And his mom dies. And he wants to fix that. And you're like, okay, I understand the plot. And then they're like, here's Batman. And you're like, okay, whatever. And you're like, it's George Clooney Batman. He's glum. I loved the one Wonder Woman cameo where she wraps Batman with the lasso of truth, and he's like, "Well, actually, I wish his like info dump of his like depressive."
Yeah, he's like, "I probably could stop crime. It would just take some money, and I don't want to."
Maybe I should just stop poverty first instead of buying new suits or whatever. Like that was good. But like, if you haven't seen, and I think I've seen the Batfleck movies, like. I know I've watched them, but I don't know if I've paid attention or watched them throughout. I have seen the Wonder Woman movies.
It's Wonder. You keep calling it Wanda.
Wanda Sykes. He's got Wanda Sykes in his head.
Yeah.
Wanda Sykes.
So that shows you how much I've been watching Wonder Woman. No, I was talking Swedish at Rashpor. So Wonder Woman. Slipping in. Svenska is coming in. So Wonder Woman, not Wonder Woman. So I watched the Wonder Woman movies, but like the cameos didn't from somebody who hasn't seen any DC movies, and I think this is absolutely a tribute to James Gunn of just like we need to make this accessible to literally everyone.
Yeah.
And if you haven't seen a Ben Affleck Batman movie, doesn't matter. You haven't seen the Wonder Woman movies, doesn't matter. She shows up, she's in a suit, she beats people up, you know.
Yeah.
She has the you don't need to know, this is the lasso of truth, because now Flash admits he's never had sex, and it's like, okay, I completely understand what this thing does. Like it was a good visual representation immediately of the powers that these people have and stuff. So like even comic book people, you don't, or even non-comic book people, like at all, if this was your first superhero movie, you never saw like a Marvel movie, you could completely understand the premise. And to do that without dumbing things down, I don't think it felt pandering.
Yeah.
And the baby shower scene was dumb.
But that's what scared me. I'm like, is this what I'm in store for? Is this what I have to sit through?
It was still funny though. Like it was entertaining. The suspension of disbelief was hard to do sober. Like if I was drunk watching that baby shower scene, it would have been the best thing ever. But sober, when you're like, that baby is made of clay.
Just like, and it's in slow motion too.
So and it's in slow motion, and it zooms in, and you're like, "Oh yeah, you did not pay somebody well
for anyone listening.
For these textures."
For anyone listening, Flash has to save like the maternity ward of babies, the newborns, from a hospital.
And a dog, and a service dog.
And a dog, and a nurse.
And a
from
nurse,
a hospital
whatever.
that's collapsing. And he does it, but it's just entirely CGI, and it's bad CGI.
Really bad CGI.
Just really bad, like PS3 graphics.
Oh, God. If it was quick
Yeah.
and fast, you'd be like, whatever. But because it was in slow motion, you're like, you did not pay somebody well for these textures.
They just went on a
Like-
Fiverr and picked a couple of people to do it.
Absolutely.
But he's like what's his name? Machete? What's the director's
Yeah,
name?
Machete.
I'm gonna call him Machete.
Machete.
That's not Andy.
Machete.
He said
I mean, that's Machete. Like, let's not
Machete.
split hairs here. Andy
said it was
Machete.
he said it was done that way on purpose because that's what the world looks like to him at super speed. I'm like, no,
That's cop out. That's marketing
that's-
bullshit.
and that
Incorrect.
made me drop my
Try
score.
again,
It's
Andy.
like, yeah.
Try again.
I'm like,
What you
first-
should have said is there's a writer's strike on. We don't want there to be a VFX writer's a strike go on. So we tried to pay them as much as we could. We didn't have enough time, and the studio didn't give us more time.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. We only have 5 interns doing VFX right now. We paid them too much for the amount of time that they had.
basically. Like, no, there's no way I'm believing that was done on purpose. Sorry.
Okay. The joke I'm gonna put it here now. The $220 million production. Half of that was for PR.
Oh yeah.
For Ezra Miller.
Yep.
Oh yeah, actually, probably.
Half of that was legal bills for that piece of garbage.
That being said, that's just a testament to his acting skill. Because watching him, like, you seem like a pretty level-headed, normal guy.
No. Half the time I was like, you sound like a level-headed guy. The other half, when it was Barry 2, I was like, you're an asshole.
I was like, oh, there he is. There he is.
There's the Barry we know and love.
Yeah. I thought it was funny, though. I like seeing him play off of that. Like,
I do. And
he was fed up with himself, like, immediately. He's just like, he called himself out.
Yeah, and it made me appreciate the Barry in the other Batman movies where I was like, that guy's annoying. And then I was like, you know what? The other Barry's more annoying. I really like that one.
But he said, he's like, oh my God, that's what I sound like. This is why everyone calls me annoying. Yeah, exactly. And they got meta with it. And
exactly. It was a good meta bit. Him talking to himself. 75% of the time was super cool. What's that movie with
Multiplicity?
No, what's the guy who played Bane?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. The
Venom?
two brothers, the British brothers.
Yeah.
They're gangsters. I forgot what it's called though.
So there was that movie with him who Dee's about to tell me. He plays twins.
Legend. It's called Legend.
Yes. And that isn't that's done with camera trickery. That's really difficult to do. And like you got to go to like some Lord of the Rings stuff level where you got to do like obviously there's some body doubles and stuff like that, but in a suit or in a t-shirt, that's easy to do. In a Flash suit, which is already CG. Wait. If your entire suit's already CG, why isn't CGing the head on easier? All right, never mind.
They did it. They CG some of it. It's weird. They did it the hard way.
Yeah, the fact that it looks like garbage most of the time actually is inexcusable now that I think about it. Because if your entire body's CG, why is there weird shadows on the thing that is already CG?
It is
all
weird.
right.
Especially in the daylight when they're in the middle of the desert.
Oh, it's yeah, there's so many rubber faces. Dee, I haven't talked to a single person who's played this goddamn game, and I keep wanting to make this reference. Did you play LA Noire?
Yes.
That's what this entire goddamn movie looks like. Every time, and when that game came out, everyone on the internet was like, wow, they're really doing something interesting. It looks like shit, but wow, they're doing something interesting. And I get why they did this, because it's part of the gameplay mechanic of you need to be able to do facial recognition and tell when people are lying. So when they make a squiggly face, You go, whoa, they're probably uncomfortable. I should probably
Yeah.
press about that. But that's what this entire movie looks like with the facial animation. But it's not 2003 anymore, and you can do
better, period.
There's people on YouTube who do it for a living for no money.
Yeah, that's the sad part.
And AI exists. Marvel is literally using it for their intros for, let's give them the benefit of the doubt, stylistic choices. But really, it's because there's a writer strike. And again, the VFX people are probably like, wait, we can do that? And they're probably on their way out. So they're probably just scrounging to keep all of the VFX people they can. But apart from all the CG,
yeah,
it was a great movie.
It's
like
fun.
there were so
I
many
had
scenes
fun.
like this. Like
I really liked the use of his powers. Like you can see firsthand, like, oh, it's not just I move fast that I can do things super fast. He has to think about what he can and can't do while moving at the speed of sound or light sometimes. Like, it's like I can't touch you. I can move this and move you like an inch.
Yeah.
But
him explaining to himself, oh, you can move people, but not very far. And then we see the ramifications of that later, where he was like, "How far did you move me?" And he's like,
he's so scared. He's like, "What did you do? What did you do? What did you do?"
There are a lot of good like canon things where they like over-explained, for lack of a better term, but it was just because it was explaining to his dumb self.
Yeah. Or there are scenes where they didn't explain, but it's like, let me handle this jabroni, and he pushes him.
Yeah,
but he's standing there. Just because you move fast doesn't mean you're not impervious. Like a bullet still went through him.
Yeah, when he gets shot,
because he didn't think, oh, I can still be hit. It's those scenes. Like, okay, that's an explanation. Like you still have to try to avoid being hit. They didn't straight up tell you, but they showed you like this is what happens when you're not paying attention.
Yeah, and that's I think that's a testament to James Gunn of beautiful storytelling. Is tell a story without saying words, and that is a perfect example of that. And now, okay, here's a question. I'm excited about the fact that we've been talking about the Flash for God knows how long now, and we've been exclusively talking about the Flash. Do you think they are going to use the "Who is the Flash's killer"? Okay, now here's my questions. Actually, about the Flash.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously, this is I would say, gross misrepresentation of Flashpoint.
Yes.
So in Flashpoint, who was his mom's killer?
So this is where it gets weird. So in the future, he has like basically a fanboy, and he's like, "I want to be a hero. Like I want to like."
So the Flash has a simp.
Basically, and then he goes back in time and meets the Flash, but he's the guy who's obsessed with him is a narcissist. So he creates these crimes and saves them, and then Barry's like, "What are you doing? You can't do that." And he like,
yeah, weird. Ezra Miller is playing somebody who doesn't like the narcissist.
That was a joke. Like a lot of the time, people, I was like, he's just method acting. He's just being
yeah, he didn't kidnap that family in Hawaii for real. That's just he's doing like
he's a method actor. That's what he's doing.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of somebody. But I don't know. Anyway,
but basically, it was another person with super speed. Another person with super speed went and killed his mom, but in doing so, he created the Flash. So it was a paradox.
Oh, so I liked how they did. So, and it was hard to disconnect Marvel. This is an odd time for this movie to come out.
Mm-hmm.
For comic book people, fans, MCU people, fans, whatever you want to call that, us, whatever. But for everyone who's seen all the MCU movies, we are already in a headspace where we completely can fathom multiverse theory.
Yes.
Which is,
I think,
an astounding statement.
People are getting tired of it. Yeah.
I'm so attached to it.
I know, but that's an astounding statement. Like, people are already bored of multiverse theory.
It's because Sonic the Hedgehog did it, Spider-Man did it, this is doing it.
Well, yeah, I guess when Sonic the Hedgehog did it, you're like, all right, I get it. This is old school now.
Sorry, what were you going to say, Elvin? I can't see your mouth, so I can't tell when you're about to talk. What were you going to say?
I just think this movie, for me, it was not even in the top 5 of all time movies for me. I just think it
No,
like CGI was bad. I thought the overall story was good,
It's basic
but
though, right?
it was it's very like because I guess maybe because we come from a comic book story background, like we know what this is going to be about. We know what Barry's situation is when he was a kid with his mom.
Yeah.
We know all that stuff. It wasn't the overall story wasn't new to us,
No.
but I was expecting from the other stories that are connected, like Ben Affleck's purpose in the movie, or Michael Keaton's purpose in the movie, or even what is her name, Sasha Kaye, her story. Like I didn't
Supergirl?
get so I didn't get more of their like more about them. Like, will they continue on to the next?
Oh yeah, you don't know
phase?
what's going on, right? Like,
No.
there's something there.
Yeah, like near the end of the movie, it would have been nice to see that they're still around at some capacity.
Sure.
Like especially Supergirl, right?
I liked her a lot.
Like I would have loved to see her bump into Barry in the very final scene or something like that.
Yeah, but now correct me if I'm wrong. There's like confirmed of her getting a movie or a TV show. I hope a movie.
No,
TV show.
they said there's a Supergirl movie, but they haven't confirmed if she's going to be in the movie.
Okay,
because they might recast.
I hope they don't. Like
I hope they don't too.
Yeah, she was good. She was good.
She was phenomenal. Like even in the trailer, I was just like, "Oh shit, we're getting like a angsty, not annoying, angsty Supergirl, like angsty, like rage-filled, like."
It's the same. She lost and had to lose. Like her fate was just losing.
Yeah.
Because she tried harder than Clark did in his movie.
Damn right. And okay, I was talking to Nathan about this, or it might have been Chris, and they were like, but the fight scenes when they were like fighting Zod looked so good. And I was like, yeah, that's just because they used the assets from Man of Steel. So all of the fight scenes looked really good then, and they just put Barry in it. So they were like, we have this asset of a Kryptonian getting punched in slow motion, and then we'll just put Flash in there. And so, their renders were super high def because there was already millions of dollars in just that one render. And then they had to put their $10,000 in Barry and put him in there.
I did like seeing them fight, though. Like seeing Barry and young Barry fight Kryptonians. Like, this is what you can do when you cut loose. Barry,
Well, it was cool, too. Like, if you watch Man of Steel and then you watch Flash, like, there's a direct correlation.
Yeah. You saw what he was doing, like, in 2018. It was like, so he was there. He's just a coward. And for good reason. Like, he's just, like, new at this. He didn't know what to do. He grabbed one person.
Yeah, and you see, like, oh, well, this is this timeline or whatever.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's interesting that when they didn't over-explain, like, time theory or whatever, they literally had Michael Keaton just be like,
it was a bowl of spaghetti.
Here's some spaghetti. Here's some stuff. Whatever. Like the Hulk already explained this. You've already watched that. Like, we don't need to go into a long-winded.
Well, I liked his though. He's like, because a lot of people are like, well, you change this, so the future should change. He's like, well, when you change this, you change the past, and the spaghetti thing made sense. Like, oh,
totally.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but they didn't go into it being like, okay, this is a new thing we have to explain to our fans. They'd be like, okay, it's 2023. People have seen multiverse stuff. It's a bowl of spaghetti. There's a thing. Sometimes the thing happens. You can't change it. Okay, whatever. Anyway, don't touch it. But this is a slight on the movie is at the end when he's like, okay, I can't change things. Got it. And he fights himself from the future, from a different timeline or whatever. And he fights, what is it, Dark Flash or whatever. And then he realizes the duality of mankind or whatever. And then he goes, oh, okay, I won't change anything. I'll run into my mom. I'll tell her I love her. She'll totally know who I am. And then I'll tell her I love her and whatever. And then I'll not do anything to mess up the time thing. I already talked about Ashton Kutcher. And I know that I can't change time.
Well, I think it was about the can of tomatoes. right?
Well, I'm getting to that. That's the punchline. Talked about Ashton Kutcher.
Ezra Miller did not portray Barry Allen. Darth Guthrie says
He played a version of him. I accept that cinema versions are just completely different than comic versions. Like that's just I have to accept that now.
I do like this take with Darth. He said, "Hopefully, one day we get Thomas Wayne Batman on the big screen."
Thomas Wayne, I think we'll get to that.
It would have been nice to see him in the movie, right?
Sorry, Thomas Wayne
is his dad.
Yeah,
is his dad from
Multiverse.
Instead of him dying, Bruce died, and he became like a gun-toting Batman, who's on like steroids
with a beard.
Yeah, his stubble, like,
5 o'clock shadow.
Stubble. Yeah,
is that not George?
No,
George Clooney.
No. At the end, he's like Bruce. Like, yeah, what's wrong with you? So,
but
I could have been.
And I would say second place for one of the best F-bombs.
Yeah, that had me in hysterics too.
I lost my mind at that too.
The
other time I lost my mind is obviously Nick Cage. Nick Cage, Elvin, you can attest to the decibel level of my losing of my-ness. I saw the spider, and I saw the hair, and I just like full. And I couldn't,
obviously my mom
full bird squawked laugh.
Did you notice the colors of the planets? They're all the lantern colors.
Yeah, I was like, oh, weird, interesting. What was I gonna? Oh, you're getting to the can of tomatoes. Like, were you bothered that he changed time again?
Absolutely, because it just was like, oh, so he didn't learn his lesson.
That was unintentional, though. So now he's like, "Oh, I can't go back and fix it again."
No, it's not unintentional.
No, he's just like
explicitly told, "Don't mess with time."
I know,
but he break everything, and then they talk about Ashton Kutcher's movie so that he knows. Oh, if I touch time, it'll have irrevocable effects on time, and it'll break everything. And then he thought he does this. He does this 4 or 5 times, and he goes, "Oh, okay, I get it. Everything I do ever will always have a horrible effect on time, and I can't fix anything."
Well, this time he didn't have a choice.
But this one will be different because it's only tomatoes. And then he goes back, and then George Clooney's there.
Yeah, that was the problem. But he's in too deep now. He can't refix. Like at that point, I'm like, okay, I'm not touching anything else. Like he put the can in the wrong spot.
Yeah, you know what? If you're gonna replace Ben Affleck with George Clooney, I'd say you did a good job. Not as Batman wise. I just mean sex appeal wise. Like, yes, that is an improvement. So
does that mean that James Gunn new era is gonna have a different Flash then? Because this Flash is stuck in a different universe.
Also one thing, I'm upset. I'm upset that they didn't have the TV show Flash.
Yeah.
Definitely. Because they had Ezra Miller in the TV show, and that's how he got his name. Because in the TV show, the TV show guy was like, "Yeah, I'm the Flash," and he goes, "Wait, we call ourselves the Flash?" And he goes, "Well, shit, that's a cool name."
It would have been cool to see like at least a cameo.
They did have a cameo from the TV show. They had what's the rival's name?
The fake Jay Garrick. I forgot his name.
Yeah. They had him play. Yeah, so they had like.
Yeah, it's funny because like we saw you in this movie. Are you in it? He's like, no, I'm not in it, and it's because it was CGI, so he didn't lie. But it clearly is supposed to be him.
Yeah. But yeah, everyone in the what's the time sphere or whatever,
the chronosphere,
stupid name, chronosphere, whatever.
It's better than the this cosmic treadmill.
No, that's better.
That's what it's called in the comic book.
No. Oh, you know what's better? A chrono hamster wheel. There, done.
Was.
Yeah.
I hated that. I hated the way it looked.
I absolutely hated that too.
LA Noir. The whole chronosphere was LA Noir. Every face looked like Play-Doh.
I like the idea of it where you had to like, it was like an orb you run in and it's like frame by frame, but it just looked like garbage. Sorry.
Theoretically, it looked cool. And every time they try and defend it, and they're like, no, that's just what it looks like because it's different realities. And I was like, yeah, but they all look like shit. So if they had, here's the thing. If they had like photorealism, looks like shit. Photorealism, 8-bit. Photorealism, made of Play-Doh. That would have been cool.
Yeah.
Photorealism, made of trees. Like, if you're going to do the different universe, multi-dimensional, whatever, and if you have a tree that looks like ass, that's fine. But if you have 10 flipping people's faces that look like Play-Doh, all we're going to say is, why do those look like ass? It's 2023 and you can't do CG.
Yeah.
But if you have a bunch of different materials that we're not focusing all on the same thing, and you're doing a multi-dimensional whatever time thing, then it's a suspension of disbelief, and you go, that tree doesn't look exactly how the tree outside my house looks. But then you go, whatever, it's a tree. But you're also focusing on 15 different things because you're distracted.
D, I'm curious. What do you think of this costume? Did you like it?
Like, okay, that previous scene where it was just like
flustered.
I was curious about this too.
Here in, where is it now? Well, the like still image of like the actual suit looks fine to me.
Yeah.
But when it's on him like this and his head looks like superimposed on it, I didn't like the
This suit in the last movie was so good.
I don't know.
Like, if
like on the left looks fine to me.
Like, it
I don't
just
really like the cowl.
I love. Okay, side note. Annoying Barry, like spray painting the bat suit. That was hilarious.
I like that. And the song.
Yeah, the
measuring
tape, dude.
And then the turning the head and it just be like.
The measuring
there was
tape.
So many good jokes.
Was funny too. I like how outdated the Michael Keaton Batman is. Like, he has the measuring tape.
The tape measure. Well, that's
a
call out to the 89 Batman.
Yeah.
He asked Nicole Kidman or whatever. He's like, how much do you weigh? She's like, oh, I don't know, like 115, whatever. And then he launches her up and he's like, nah, bitch, you're like 130.
That and the little pager he had to do his hacking.
Oh, yeah. There are so many good call outs, so many good references.
And it's because he retired so early, like he didn't need to update his stuff. It's like,
the Justice League one. I think they should have updated the Justice League one.
I don't mind
no
this
way.
one
I
here.
disagree.
Really?
Yeah.
Here, like this fabric here, I don't mind it.
Yeah.
It's just when it's low lit up like this and gross.
I think this shot just looks cheap. I think this looks like a Party City costume. Like straight up,
that's what he like looks like though. So I can't really.
Well, yeah, but I mean, at this point, he's like updated. Can we get
the fact that it shrinks and condenses into a ring? I'm like, okay, like,
I know it. Okay, that makes when you explain it like that, yes. But the Justice League one looks so polished. Like it looks like it's an Iron Man suit, essentially.
A turd, maybe.
Piss off. Pull up a shot of the Justice League one. Like when it's on his face, it's not okay. Keep in mind, most of this suit is CG, and we've been complaining. I don't know who the blonde white lady in the 1989 was. Whoever played the lady that he made a fat joke about. Poor taste Lee.
Michelle Pfeiffer. Nicole Kidman.
You show me a picture of Nicole Kidman and Michelle Pfeiffer in 1989, which I will add was the year I was born, and try and get me to discern the difference. I can't. I'm sorry.
I don't know if that's racist or not, but you being the same race is perfectly
all 80s white women look the same.
Yeah.
They got teased out hair and go, oh, help me.
Okay, here.
Michelle was in return, right? Sorry, I'm getting the George Clooney. I'm getting the George Clooney. Oh wait, no, Return. That's Batman and Robin. Anyway, Kim Basinger.
I don't know who you're getting at now.
You're just saying the same.
So you like this one?
Without the wires.
Okay.
But I mean that's what I mean. You update it, you take the wires out. But in practice, like when he was walking around. Get me a live action shot. Hold on, I'll find it. There's a few shots that I've seen in a bunch of like recap videos and stuff where they're telling you about the storylines in blah 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 whatever and things you need to know and whatever. And when they show Justice League stuff, I'm just like, shit, his suit looks so much better. And I think it's just because it's a practical suit and it's literal, pieces of armor that are on his body. The wires make it look janky. I will agree. But if they had updated it, but like every Avengers movie, like Iron Man gets a new suit and it's borderline the same thing, but it's just like slightly more updated.
But Iron Man's a multi-billionaire. This guy's living in a
but this guy's getting shit built for him by Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, Bruce Wayne built him a sick one right there.
Yeah, exactly. And then he built him a rubber one. And he goes, here you go, rubber man. Also, he's the Flash. He works, like, he goes so fast that he generates static electricity and they're going to make his suit out of rubber?
It's a scientific polymer that disperses energy.
Oh, okay.
Boom, mic drop. See, I knew D was ready. Scientific polymer. How dare you say rubber? Don't say rubber.
No, the suit was hit or miss. Some scenes, like here, it looks fine to me.
It's fine. It's
no.
fine.
I'm like in the like when it's all ended up, most of the time. Oh yeah, no, that's why I'm like, yeah, give Superwoman a TV show because like I have never seen a Supergirl, Superwoman, and been like, oh, this isn't gonna be trash. And then I saw the trailers and I was like, oh, cool, Supergirl's hot now. Sick.
I liked her fight scenes a lot.
Her fight scenes were great. Her dialogue scenes were great. Oh, Nathan was sitting beside me and he hadn't seen any of the trailers.
Yeah.
And they go into the orb, and he was. It was great to sit by him because he had no idea what was going on ever. Like when something was coming up, and in my head I was like, "Oh, it's Supergirl," and he's like, oh, "Who's that? Who? It's not Superman. I know Superman. It's not this. Who is that?" And I was like, "Oh, I don't know. Maybe it's Supergirl." And he's like, oh, "Supergirl? Maybe it's Super. Oh, cool." It was really cool. And then Supergirl shows up, and then she's hot as shit, and it's just like, yeah okay, this is cool.
I just like seeing her pummel people. It was great. It was a good time.
Yeah.
I couldn't fathom how, like, seeing Darkberry, like, in his final form showed up. I'm like, how would this guy ever lose? But that's just how the universe is. Like, no, you could win. You could beat all the Kryptonians, but I will make an asteroid just smash into the earth. You're not going to win. And I can sense, like, I would get frustrated. And I'd probably keep trying like he did because I'm stubborn like that. Like, to save my mom. Like, I like, it was hard for me to sit there and watch him try.
No, I mean, like story-wise, the conflict made sense. Like it
That's
goes.
What I would do. That's exactly what I would do, and that's just like,
and it goes through all the like the writer archetypes. It goes man versus man, man versus nature, man versus like it goes through man versus self, man versus adversary. Like it goes through all the archetypes in one movie, which is impressive. And I think the strong points, I doubt they'll bring this version of Supergirl back. Well, they should, because this is the first time that people have cared about Supergirl.
Oh, the CW show was what it is. What it is. I didn't care for the CW show. I didn't care for it, but it had, I don't know how many seasons. 5 seasons. 6.
Yeah,
maybe?
but who? What network?
CW.
No. So Netflix, if you put a show on Netflix, you immediately get greenlit for 2 seasons. That's a thing that they do. CW, you automatically get greenlit for like 3 or 4.
Sometimes 5.
No. So like this is like
how's that Batwoman show going?
No, this is like my soundboard doesn't work, but insider knowledge, whatever. If you make a show on Netflix and they greenlight you for anything, you get 2 seasons minimum.
Yeah.
CW, you get like 3 or 4. So that as an argument of just like, well, it got 3 seasons. It's like, well, that means that they gave you like $100,000 and said, okay.
Here's my thing. Do you think the cinematic universe will even bring 2 Kryptonians in? That you think that's
well, they're not bringing Cavill back.
I don't think they would. Like, they're already making a Superman though. Like,
well, they announced that there is a Supergirl movie.
Okay,
Yeah.
I didn't know if that was confirmed or not.
Yeah, it's part of James Gunn's timeline. There is a Supergirl movie.
I think she's a good choice. She is a good.
I know she's not a blonde or anything, but like she's fine. How many?
Well, no, but it's the multiverse. Blah, blah,
yeah, that's why I'm okay with it. It's whatever.
Yeah, but like she was a good depiction. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Supergirl was always just, oh, this is Clark Kent, but blonde with boobs. She's like, oh, I'm the good person. I'm nice.
They tried to make her like moody teenager when they you know how retcons they would give retcons all the time. Yeah. So
this was the first time that the moody teenager was like, I'm invested in it.
Yeah.
Because it's not like annoying moody of just like, oh, I'm angry at the world. And it was like, welcome to the world, honey. Like everyone's mad about everything. Like this, she woke up in like the KG. She woke up in the gulag.
Yeah, I'd be mad too. I'd be like, "These aren't my people. I'm leaving."
Yeah, and then
they're my people. I'm like, "Oh God."
Yeah, and then they're like,
"Those people."
Yeah, you're here to rescue your cousin. By the way, we already drained all his blood. And then she's like, "God, murder everything."
Yeah.
Done. And then she's like, "Who's my friends? Barry? Wait, Ezra Miller." Got it. Nuke the whole place? Okay. But like, even when they rescued her, she wasn't snippy and like snide for no reason. Every time she gave, like, it just was just a well-written character. And as
like
for
she heard them out. She's like, why do you know his name? He was my
exactly. That was a big thing. Was just like, why do you know his name? And they explained to her everything. And even when she left, she wasn't just like, "Oh, well,
screw you, I'm out, loser."
Yeah, I want to do my own thing, man. She was like, "All right," and then she left, and they're like, "She gonna be back?" And they're like, "Well, I don't know." And then she came back, and she was like, "All right, I thought about it. I made a rational decision, and that's why I'm gonna be mad on your side." Yeah. And then she just like messed everybody up, and it was awesome. Yeah. So like it was a good character development, amazing actor, and gorgeous costume design.
Overall, yeah, I liked her.
Yeah.
Overall, I liked the movie.
What was the scores that you guys gave?
I gave it a 7. You gave it a 7.5.
Yeah. Justin, what did you give it a score?
I think probably around the same.
Like I had fun. If this was like a TV like direct to streaming movie, that would be different. Like I had fun watching Young Justice because I could fast forward all the boring parts. This one, same with The Flash. I found good episodes in The Flash show, but overall it's garbage now. Same with Same with like Superman and Lois or whatever it's called.
Yeah,
like,
you look on the internet and find a forum that'll tell you what the fillers are, and
like I can find fun in any superhero.
Sure, like Arrow.
Yeah,
like there's some good stuff in Arrow.
Yeah, overall I don't like
gotta skip through a lot of it.
Yeah. This I had fun with it. I had fun seeing Barry interact with Barry.
Yeah,
I had fun seeing young Barry use his powers for the first time, and he did his Speedy Gonzalez pose because that's exactly what I would have done. Elbows
and also they made a reference to it too, right?
Yeah, yes. He's like, I know, I did that as a kid as well. Don't Speedy Gonzalez, and then he does it.
Yeah. Well, and also too. Wait, there was a lot of references to him. What's it called? Where he like,
phases.
When he phases through it.
Yeah.
Has he done that in live action?
In the show, but in the movie.
Or sorry, in the movieverse, he hasn't done that, right?
No, and I like that about this movie. He's like, okay, here's what you do. You make a vortex. Like he's just doing the powers that we know he can do, but we don't see the like origin story of how he learns to make a tornado.
Yeah, this was.
I'm super fast. I'm gonna make a tornado, and you're gonna super speed drop kick him in the face. Ready, go. And he just does.
Yeah, this. I think this was a and we've seen origin stories until our until our nose bleeds. Like, this was one of the best origin stories, and because this is like the rebooting of the DCU or whatever, this is, I would argue, one of the best origin stories, because he's
being told how to use his powers that he already knows how to use, so you don't have to waste time having him discover. He's like, future me, I'm going to tell you how to do this.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, you can shoot electricity out of your hands. Oops, I forgot to tell you about the discharge, and it blows up.
Oh yeah, and he's like, oh, we just Palpatine their asses. Like, there's some good jokes in there. And yeah, it's not too over-explained. It doesn't take 3/4 of the goddamn movie for him to figure out how to vibrate his cells to a molecular level to go through physical objects. And then you see him cocking it up a bunch. And even as real Barry, just like, oh, I'll go through the wall and get beer, then come back and then it explodes. And it's just like, you know what? Our boy's also an idiot. Like, no matter what point he's at, he's an idiot. And I think this is a really good origin story. I think they need to pay their CG artists an extra few zeros. And,
or not hire them from Fiverr.
No. Do not. Okay. Do not. This is not the CG artist's fault. This is the production studio's fault of giving them a week to do a multi-million-dollar movie that they spent most of the marketing budget on the legal bills for the piece of shit that they hired as a lead actor. Then they only paid them borderline minimum wage in whatever state or city they were in, and then didn't pay them overtime or give them benefits. That is 100% the production studio's fault, because you could find people on YouTube who can make better CG in a week than these guys have, because you know what else they're doing? Working on 15 other movies.
Yep.
That's the problem. It's not the CG artist's fault. They were done. They did the best with what they were given, which was 30 seconds to make a goddamn Batman movie.
This was also delayed, right? Was it not?
Yeah.
Because they didn't have the end scene, probably.
Yeah.
They did reshoots. They didn't know if they were going forward because of Ezra's antics. Like, they did a lot.
Yeah.
And they did a good job of tight-lipping him doing the red carpet. So that was good.
His handler did a good job. However much they're
Go out there, you smile, you look pretty, you don't say shit.
Don't touch any babies, just shake hands.
Dude, don't touch people. You know, you're not trusted around humans at this point.
Yeah. You've already put babies in a microwave. Don't touch any
The internet's having a field day with that.
Oh God, I can imagine. D. So there was a wait, no. Yeah, Alvin, I already talked to you about this. There was two different cuts. The one at CinemaCon.
Without the Clooney scene?
Just his feet.
Yeah.
But the line's still like, who the F are you?
Yeah.
Which one do you prefer?
I prefer this one because it's I like the.
It's funny. I lost my mind in the theater when George Clooney showed up. Like, I lost my absolute mind.
And their interaction after, he's like, "Yeah, what's wrong with you? It's me, Barry."
Yeah. Now, okay, here's a question for both of you. Do you think, and obviously this is what people are debating on the internet and will until the movie comes out, what does that imply?
I think that was just a throwaway gag. I don't think they're using Clooney.
Then why don't you think they, because there was, was there a after credit scene?
There was the one with Aquaman.
Oh, right.
That
was cute. That was cute. But why didn't they put that as the after credit scene and have the just shoes coming out of the car and him being like, "Who the F are you?" And then do the Clooney thing as the after credit scene, and then do the Aquaman thing as the after credit scene?
Because they're weird. They're bad at this.
Okay, you know what? You know what? Yeah, that's it. Yeah, okay. Figured it out.
They've done like so many just.
That makes so much more sense. That statement.
Yeah.
Because putting it at the end of the actual movie implies that, we're gonna get a Nightwing. Are we gonna get like Batman Beyond thing? Are we gonna get like all of this shit?
That's the other thing that we never got to see any Batman Beyond. Nothing. Like it would have been cool to see even just a costume hanging there in the Batcave. Like something.
Oh, that would have been great. That would have been great.
It's still my favorite Batman, by the way. Absolutely my
Yeah.
favorite Batman. Batman Beyond.
All right. Okay.
That was, I think, the antithesis of like dark and edgy without being moody, brooding.
Yeah.
Like
it still had like
the
humor. It still had like light.
Yeah, it's the
there's a cartoon
it's just
still.
it's just the right amount of punk rock in Batman where it's like, yeah, you know, screw the man, but we're gonna fight, you know, criminals and also, you know, capitalism sucks.
I'm 18. That's what I'm all about.
Yeah.
All right. Is there anything else we want to add before
man.
Yeah. Well, that was a long, long coverage of everything. Anything else you want to add? Nope.
No, I'm good.
I'm probably gonna play Zelda tomorrow. I'm gonna build an ATST tomorrow. I'm gonna finish. I built a fully walking mech.
And Cowabunga Dude will watch you.
Cowabunga Dude will be there. So
Anybody else want to come join?
I'm gonna finish and I'm gonna make it a full ATST, and then if that goes well, which I think it will, I'm going to build a TIE bomber.
All right.
In a Zelda world. That's crazy.
I check in every so often, so I look forward to it.
I'm gonna build a TIE bomber. Also, I realized, and the reason why there haven't been like shorts of my Zelda escapades is because when you download videos or streams off of YouTube, the compression is so garbage. It looked worse than your camera did today, Elvin.
Yeah, it's bad.
It's
Wow,
bad.
crazy.
So I need to start recording and streaming, and I want to see if I know my PC can handle it, but my internet is only like 2 steps above yours currently. So the fact that I'm streaming is a godsend. So if I can record and stream at the same time, then we'll start getting a bunch of clips and stuff from the streams. But we'll see. God permitting.
Cool. Visit us on Wednesday nights for Popcorn Chicken. We're going to talk about Silo and the new Disney Minus TV show they call with what's it called? Samuel L. Jackson. Yeah, I'm already trying to get it out of my head.
It's good. It's fun.
Sure. Okay. And then join us on Monday nights at the ANR Weekly, 8:30 p.m. Pacific time, and hopefully my internet is back to normal by then. All right.
You need to call all the internet providers and make them show up at the same day and make them fight.
And they'll run. They'll run.
Yeah.
No, just turn it into an episode of BattleBots and film it all. You got security cameras.
They all pull up at the same time.
Yeah, just fight.
All right. Thanks everyone for joining us today. It was awesome. Thanks, Justin, for hopping on.
Thanks, Justin.
And Chris. Yeah. All right, guys. So wherever you're on the world or the universe, have yourself a good morning, a good day, and a good night. Weeze out.
Bye.